All right. Tonight, we got a bit of a victory lap for our NFL draft formula that we gave out last week. We got multiple beers to taste, plus a return visit from the mayor. He's back right here. The mayor. Remember the mayor? That was last week. Yeah. We got a sports betting hot topic and a super special guest that's going to be calling in, so we're really excited to talk about that. Plus, we got trivia, we got DMs, the usual BS, and of course, the Pistons are playing basketball here in the Motor City. I'm JT. We are the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers, guys. This show is BS. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Hey, if you're seeing us on YouTube, man, oh man, is it great to be with you. And if you're seeing us live, I'll tell you what, thank you so much for making us part of your Thursday evening, especially when the Pistons are playing. Tigers are playing later on tonight as well. Do me a favor, though. If you are catching us live, chime in the chat. Say hello. We'd love to hear from you. And if you'd rather text us, you can certainly do that as well. That number is TNG Live 007, also known as 864-548-3007. And later on, we're going to open up the phone lines as well. You can give a call in. That number, 717-TNG-TALK, also known as 717-864-8255. You're going to see that scrolling across the bottom of your screen there. Yeah. And finally, folks, if we provide you any sort of value tonight, not sure what that's going to be tonight. What's it going to be tonight? Pistons commentary?
How not to circumvent limits?
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the bulk of it. Yeah, well, do me a favor. Give this video a like. It's a thumbs up. Looks like this. And or your subscription to the numbers, guys, would be bigly appreciated. And now with me, folks, as is always, for the entire hour tonight, to my right, your left, wearing a hoodie, looking good.
Hey, check this out.
What's up? Oh, you got your
They
Adidas
sending
out.
me stuff again.
They're not sending you anything.
Cool or what?
They're full of it. I mean,
They
it's
sent
cool.
me
I like
4
the color.
shirts and all the same color and size. Is that weird?
All the same color and
Yeah.
same size.
I don't know about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight, D-Dub?
Doing okay. I just had my first fantasy football draft.
Okay.
It's a dynasty league and it's a rookies draft.
Oh,
so
I was going to say, it's a little early.
it's a little early. We don't even know what's going to happen, right? With
yeah. Okay.
sure. So
I guess the Dynasty League, that makes sense. But I
the
haven't
rookies.
been in one of those. So
for the kids coming into the league.
The Chitlins.
Yeah. So it's exciting.
Good.
Yeah, glad to hear it. Who'd you keep?
No keepers. No keeps.
No keeps.
It's just an adding process. Adding rookies to your team, and then in a matter of time, we're going to have to pare down our team, because we've added all these extra players on.
Okay.
So we will have to whittle it down a bit. Where I'll probably be drafting most of the guys that I'll be cutting most of the guys I drafted. This is
Gotcha.
I am wont to do.
Right.
I can make it to the big leagues.
No, I almost had Colton Loveland.
Oh, yeah. Colston. Yeah.
Colston?
Yes.
That's
I like
a
him.
stupid name.
Drafted him right now, actually.
He's I think he's going to be a solid NFL tight end, though.
I went with in the second round instead. I went with another wide receiver. So I didn't draft for needs. I drafted for
Loveland was our top receiver, and we didn't have any quarterbacks that could throw a forward pass in Michigan last year. So
yeah.
So I want to see what he does with a decent QB.
I got come back in the third round and got a tight end, Ferguson.
Okay, that's good.
Familiar with his work?
Yeah.
So this is exciting.
It's fascinating. Oh, next to you, D-Dub. Not wearing a hoodie tonight, but wearing some Carhartt. By the way, Aunt Debbie in the chat says, look good in the hoodie. And then we have Mar16K Mars 16K. He says Colson's the best tight end in the draft.
Agreed.
Dang, I should have took him.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What's going on, Tones?
I do have a couple early bets. I got the Stones tipping off right now. Money line. I think they will send it to a Game 7. I'm not making any predictions after that, but I think that we'll see a Game 7 Saturday night. And then the Battle of Ontario. I do got the Sens at home. Money line to send it to a Game 7 and the over 5.5 parlayed. Toronto is kind of choking the series away, and that's what Toronto does. They choke series.
Been a
away.
long time, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time they got to like a conference final?
It's been a long time. Yes.
Probably a
So
God, the 70s?
They were up 3-0 in the series. It's now 3-2, and in Ottawa, I think Ottawa's grabbed momentum in the series here, and Toronto just doesn't know how to finish. So we'll see what happens. But I think that in this series we'll be both playing Saturday night. So
I'll tell you what, I do have Pistons Knicks under 214.5 at minus 108 was the best number. That was over at ESPN Bet here in the great state of Michigan.
You know, before this series started, Jimmy, I would have thought you were nuts.
Oh, going on the under there?
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a
Since the
defensive
series
battle
started,
tonight.
if you look at all their games played during the regular season,
Yeah,
220 to 230 is pretty much where it always fell.
right.
And playoff basketball is fantastic, as Rich would tell you. And I guess the under is, defense steps up.
For sure, especially in this series. And it was 213 earlier today, and it moved to 214.5. So I went under.
You took the money line there, Tones?
yes, Stones.
What'd you get? Minus
No, I
one?
did the minus 1.5.
Did you do one? and a
Okay.
half?
I think that half
Yes.
point might be the...
That's what I said.
Yeah, I was debating with JT. I did take the minus 1.5. Yes, it was like minus 120-ish something on the money line.
Wow.
I mean, not on the money line for that
Spread. All right, buddy. Hey, Richie's over there. It looks like he's
got,
engrossed in something.
Who said tax season's over?
Yeah, no, I'm on my third draft here today, so just don't mind me over here.
I can't believe I've been in regular fantasy football for like 15 years and I've never done this dynasty Knots Landing type thing, going on here. So
I roped Daryl into one of these, and they're fun. They just take up a little bit of time, but yeah. So this is the third one today and the last. So
Third
it'll be over.
one?
It is.
Why
yeah,
did
this one
everybody
has.
schedule it today?
Jeez, man.
This one has defensive players in it too, so it's
Why
an
is
even bigger pool.
a random Thursday in April so
Because
popular?
the same commissioner runs all three leagues.
So he's got to just jam it down your throat.
He's
in
going
one
on
day?
vacation.
He's taking the summer off, so we got to get our rosters in
Now,
order.
I do
here,
fantasy baseball, and that's very intensive. Probably out of all those fantasy sports, it's super
Yeah,
intensive.
this one, like Daryl's saying, is tricky because the rookies get the 5-year contracts with your teams, and then there's we do a draft every year for 3-year contracts for the veterans, and so there's a little bit going into it.
So you decide who you got to keep in the veterans, and how many
Yeah,
slots you have
obviously your
open.
roster construction matters. If you're weak on tight ends, then maybe you got to kind of reach up to get a tight end.
Can you trade picks and stuff?
Yeah, I
So
traded picks today.
You
Actually.
did trade picks. Okay.
Yeah, I picked up
Do you use the NFL chart?
Brees Hall
with
from the
the
Jets
points?
today. What's that?
Do you use the point system like the NFL? Or?
I'm not aware of one. I do know the commissioner he has this site that he lines up points with, but like I always tell him, the one thing the site doesn't take into account is how many years are left on the contract. So that matters.
That does.
If you got a guy with 2 years left versus you picking a rookie with 5, that's 3 years.
So when you draft a regular player already in the league, you get them for 3, 4, 5 years.
3 years if he's a veteran. Like these guys, me and Daryl taking today, it's 5 years. The rookie contracts are 5.
All right. So when the draft happens later on,
In
how many
August,
people
like we do with the rest of
how
them.
many people are you actually picking if you're an established?
And
league?
it changes year to year because it depends on whose contracts have fallen off. So obviously the first 2 years are slow, and then it picks up after year 3, and then it just gets mixed because rookies are coming off, veterans are coming off, and then people are actually able to do like a franchise for 1 year. So it gets all mixed up
Wow,
after a certain amount of time.
that sounds super involved.
A little involved. It's fun.
All right. Not as interesting as that was. It was a great exchange, guys. But I want to just read these few comments, and then I don't want to keep our guests waiting any longer. So,
Okay.
Mart 6 cases. Got to factor in these mobile QBs like Mahomes, Caleb Williams, Josh Allen. Love finding their TE. That's a good point. That's a real good point. Aunt Debbie says, hoodie guys are like brain surgeons. I have no idea what that means. The more I watch y'all, the more I learn. Well, that's awfully sweet, Aunt Debbie. Appreciate that. And Mima says, Jim, I love your shirt. Stand up so we can see it. Is that Numb Guys merch? Shirt says, I love New Torque.
New Torque.
New Torque, not New York. I love New Torque. That's a Torkelson reference here. We certainly love New Torque.
And you wanted them
compared to old Torque.
You wanted them cut last year. Sent
I think I might have said that. Yeah. But now we're big Torkelson fans. Okay, let's get right in. Now, normally we start with libation exploration, but because of the time constraints that we have tonight, we're going to go right into a hot topic. So here we go.
What are we gonna pick?
Hot topics.
Okay, hot topics. This one revolves around sports betting. One of the things we like to talk about here on the Numbers Guys. Now, D-Dub, I know you've seen this. We were talking about this last Friday, actually. And I don't know if the rest of you guys have seen any of this. Tones, about the Chicago young guy that plays some parlays, two different casinos.
23-year-old fella that the crack man said is living in his parents' basement.
Yeah, and I think that's what this article might even go on to say. So, suburban Chicago man wins $800,000 in sports bets, but casino won't pay. Who was in the right, so on and so forth, right? So, it's a fascinating tale of this Chicago man. He won $800,000. That's more than our Pistons futures bets are going to pay. Mm-hmm. Traveled as far as Iowa to place. His name, Thomas McPeek, is 24 years old, shares a home with his parents, and the basement is a shrine to their favorite teams. Who doesn't know somebody
and
like that?
that's where
right?
he lives, in the basement.
Of course. So he read a stack of books, made some educated sports wagers. In fact, the gentleman we're going to have on probably was among the authors that he read, I would assume.
I saw Conquering Risk in there, yes.
For sure. Calculated attack. I thought I had an edge. That's what he's saying. His first stop, he went to Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, Indiana in August. And he put $30,000 in, and his win amounted to $350,000 there. Then his next stop was Isle Casino in Bettendorf, Iowa in September. And both of these casinos, by the way, owned by Caesars. He went to Chase, took out $20,000, went to the kiosk. He was there for 4 hours putting in bets at the kiosk.
So this is like, how many bets? He was just jamming bets.
It had to
in?
be a substantial amount of wagers. If
In
he's
the article, it said the first stop was $75 $100 parlay bets.
75?
Wow.
So $7,500. I know 10,000 is a special number for something to do federally.
Well, yeah, for AML purposes, for sure. You need to know that. The Horseshoe, though, is not going to pay him this $350,000 that he won there. So then he goes to Iowa to collect that $450,000 that he won on the bets over there. And they told him to get effed as well. They're not going to pay him. And here's what kind of gets me. They gave him a printed sheet highlighting their anti-money laundering rules and repeat wagering policies. So he goes, obviously he's upset about this. And we have probably... I don't know, one of the foremost respected people in the gambling industry. We got Elihu Feustel on the phone right now. I'm gonna bring him on. Elihu, can you hear us?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
How are you doing, Elihu?
Yes, I hear you fine.
I got to tell you, it's such an honor to have you on our little show.
Thank you.
So, full-time professional gambler, attorney admitted in Indiana, if I read that correctly. Respected author. You can find his books on Amazon. You can check him out on Twitter at @D_Feustel and also on the web, elihufeustel.com. So, you were actually featured in this CBS News story in Chicago there. And I know D-Dub is well-versed.
Yeah. So... basically, if you happen to catch that on YouTube, it's CBS Chicago. They brought on 3 different voices to talk about this. One was a professional gambler turned. What was he, Elihu? A gambler turned does seminars, I think, and maybe teaches at UNLV.
I don't recall who they were, but at least one of them, I don't think understood what he was talking about.
Expert witness.
I think from what I've noticed a lot of times, especially the media, that they have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to sports betting. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay. All right.
I wrote a piece on this dispute in Medium because I thought that the news piece left out so much information that you really couldn't come up with a good conclusion on it.
Okay,
So I
talk to us.
actually had two medium pieces.
I'm sorry. Talk to us a little bit about that. Exactly what you wrote. That was this was kind of last minute. We knew that you were coming on about a half hour before the show, so I was a little rushed putting this together. But so you basically had a timeline. Is that correct?
Yeah. So originally, I gathered all the facts. Well, the player told me, and then later the gaming commission gave a response. Also, the gaming commission gave the timeline on a full timeline for the reply.
Okay.
But I mean, the things that we didn't. So what we originally thought was the player filed a bunch of parlays on August 20. Let's see, was it towards the end of August and early September, a week later.
Okay.
And they were repeat bets. So if the angle he was exploiting is he's betting all on a single team or all against a team. So if, for example, I thought Caesars overranked USC, and I think that was one of the teams he faded, I would bet all the look-ahead games parlayed against USC. So if Caesars had systemically overranked USC, then all those bets would be good, and they'd be correlated.
Sure.
It's a weak correlation, but it's a fair bet to play.
Okay.
Caesars has a rule that says you can't do repeat bets, and it's a pretty standard rule, and most professional players know that.
Right.
So if I have a 5-team parlay and I'm betting against USC on all 5 bets, and I do that exact same parlay 100 times, that's pretty clearly a violation of the rules.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, it's taking a shot, and professional players do that. Lots of people do this. Lots of people have their wagers voided. The thing that made this one a little more complex, though, is when he was, as we call it, kiosk jamming, he actually jammed the kiosk printer. So in the first weekend, they manually printed up 9 wagers, and they affirmed the wagers were valid. He asked if they'd be honored, and they said yes. A week later, he did the same thing, and again jammed. And he had it manually printed out, and the manager had to sign it and affirm it. And he asked, "Is it going to be honored?" And said, "Yes, it will. It's not going to be voided."
No kidding.
Now, what we found out later, though, now this is the player's version, and we don't actually know what Caesars is going to claim if this gets litigated.
Okay.
So what we found out from the Indiana Gaming Commission's timeline is that after the first weekend, a few days later, that they filed an investigation to void his wagers. So before he came back the second time, they were already trying to void his wagers. And then 2 days, so then he filed the second weekend, he places some more bets, including some that had a bunch of bets in favor of New England Patriots money line at plus 310.
Okay.
So, maybe he had 10,000 bets and parlays on that. I don't know how much it was. And 2 days later, they voided all those. So the Gaming Commission only looked at, did Caesars follow its rules and did Caesars violate any regulations?
Okay.
And Caesars has a rule that they can void. They can investigate repeat wagers and they can void them. So the Gaming Commission doesn't really, I think, understand the idea of a free roll. And what happened was there was an immediate free roll in that some of the wagers were graded before they voided them.
Well, that's the problem to me, right?
If New England lost that first game, maybe they don't try to void them. Maybe they just let it go.
Right.
But the other thing that was a big problem is they never notified the player that the wagers were voided.
Okay.
So they had his contact information because he had to file a W-9.
So they knew who placed those
reach out
bets.
to him to tell him the wagers were voided, which they could have done. And if they had done this quickly, probably the whole dispute is a nothing burger. Right. But when he originally filed this complaint, he didn't realize that they had tried to immediately void him. So first he heard they voided it was 5 weeks after he placed it.
Sure, which would be
and if they didn't void the wagers until 5 weeks later, that's a huge party foul.
Oh, of course.
Now, if they voided it, fairly quickly, it looks like they attempted to void them fairly quickly. So if you're going to void it, you have to void it as quickly as you reasonably can, and maybe they were fast enough on that. But the idea that they can void them and not tell him means that if all the wagers had lost and he didn't know that they were voided, he wouldn't realize that they were voided and that he gets 50,000 in bets back.
Right.
So I was disappointed in the results, but I think the Gaming Commission went according to its own rules. Their goal is not to ensure fairness the goal is not to ensure the outcome is the same as it would be in a state court. Their purpose is to say, did Caesars follow their own rules and did Caesars follow the regulations?
Okay.
So in theory, if Caesars has a rule that if you walk in here at 2:52 on a Tuesday, we reserve the right to kidnap your firstborn. As long as they follow their rules, that's okay.
That's okay. I see.
Now,
I'm sorry.
now,
Go ahead.
the player's remedy, though, is then to file a lawsuit in state court. And state court will follow contract law. Normally in contract law, you have the player is definitely a bad actor, but so is Caesars.
For sure.
So normally when you have somebody who's violating a rule, in this case, the player clearly violated the rule with the repeat bets. The injured party, in this case Caesars, has two choices. When they find out, they can immediately affirm it or refute the contract. So the contract law would say, if you want to avoid those right then or within a reasonable time period, you can do so. But you have to notify the person that's avoiding it.
And they did not do that.
They not until he tried to cash them in 5 weeks later.
5 weeks later, right?
That's quite a.
After the bets would have been great
quite a
at that
gap
point.
there. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't think that's reasonable amount of time.
The W9 Elihu, that was only because of the jam in the machine.
No, they knew. So they asked him to file a W-9 his first week there, and that was just. I don't know why they asked him to do that, but they knew that he was betting a lot.
Yeah, because typically they wouldn't do that, I wouldn't think. Especially at a kiosk. They're not necessarily going to know it's the same.
Was there a max per parlay at the kiosk? Is that why he was doing a bunch of them? Like, where did they cap that out?
Yeah, I
Could
don't
you
know.
repeat that? I couldn't hear
Yeah, how much do they cap the parlay bets at? And is that why he was doing, multiples? Was there like a 500 max for those parlays? Or
Yeah. I don't know if they capped the payouts, but they capped the risk amount.
Okay.
And he was probably betting far below the risk amount.
Okay.
And his purpose in doing that was so that the traders probably wouldn't see it on their betting ticker.
Right. So he was intentionally doing this to circumvent limits, right? I guess would probably be.
Yeah, yes, he was doing it a couple of things go on. First, he circumvents limits. Second, by doing these micro bet parlays, it's harder for a trader to analyze it and see what's going on. So
Okay.
he's more likely to get the same price repeatedly. If he came in and bet a $500 parlay or whatever they would let him bet,
They would have
if he
moved
wanted to
it.
counter into it, they may look at it and they may change their line.
Right.
But by doing a whole
okay.
bunch of $35 bets, they're less. They did not react and they're less likely to react.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Elihu, is the crux of it that he bet teams A, B, C, D, and E, and then had another ticket for A, B, C, D, and E again, and that basically is what the real
exact
foul
same
is?
5 legs repeatedly.
Gotcha. And if he had come back, if he had left and come back and bet that, is that
It's still a repeat bets.
okay?
So the definition of the repeat bet is it's a bet that has the same outcome. So
Okay.
if you have 5 identical legs, and the wager is going to win or lose based on those identical 5 outcomes, that's a repeat bet.
Gotcha.
Now you could screw up their rules. Let's say you had 10 plays you liked. You could do 89, 10 combinations of 9. You could do the 45 combinations of 8, and each of them will be a unique one. But I think he just did them all identically.
Okay.
Gotcha. And what struck me about this is when I was reading the original article, and this was again, I think this was last Friday, but it was talking about AML and the fact that he was structuring. And I was thinking at that point, well, I don't think that should be voiding the bets. I mean, maybe they withhold the payment until they do an investigation, file the SAR, whatever they got to do. But the fact that they were just voiding all those bets because of that didn't seem kosher to me. Although it appears now that that's really not the issue.
Yeah, at least in Indiana, I don't think they were alleging structuring. Structuring requires that you enter a number of transactions where the amount is in excess of $10,000, and where your purpose is to avoid a CTR to defraud the government.
Right.
If your goal is to remain anonymous as a professional bettor, your goal is not to avoid a CTR; it's to remain anonymous. And I think there's case law on that. You see this in casinos too, like when people are playing blackjack. They don't want to be identified. They're going to work very hard to avoid a CTR. So they'll buy chips the day before, not cash in the chips, buy more chips so they can stay under the $10,000 threshold. And that is, if their purpose, again, were to avoid a CTR, that would be structuring, but that's not their purpose.
And by CTR, you mean was that currency transaction report?
Yeah. So there's two reports. A CTR is mandatory anytime there's cash transactions of more than $10,000.
Okay.
An SAR is a suspicious activity report. A lot of casinos will file it around $3,000, but you're not required to. You only do it if you want to.
Gotcha.
So some casinos just don't want to deal with it. In fact, a lot of casinos and sports books don't want to deal with CTRs.
Right. I wouldn't think so.
So they're happier if you stop it under 10. If you bet $9,900, they're perfectly happy with that.
Sure.
That saves them work.
No, that makes sense. See, in our line of work, we deal with the SARs a lot more. There is no CTRs. There's no cash involved, really, or money orders or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're definitely familiar with the AML side, and that's what seemed kind of odd to me is the fact that they just would void those bets under suspicion that he was structuring or whatever they claimed that he was doing. But again, not the case. So,
yeah, that may have been the Iowa case actually.
Yeah,
I only did a deep dive into the Indiana case.
Sure.
These are all Caesar properties, I believe.
Yes, because they had the same lines, so you could make the same bets at different places.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The same identical repeat bets.
And so it's the same bets again, A, B, C, D, E, at 3 different casinos, but all Caesar properties. They would treat the same way.
So that's a complex question. There's 2 levels to that. The first is if I go to casino B, the second casino, and I place this same parlay twice, that's a repeat bet there. So he went to each of these and placed it multiple times. The other aspect is, what if I bet this once at casino A and once at casino B and once at casino C? And that's probably not repeat betting because it's different financial institutions, even though they're all owned by Caesars.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. And the fact that it was because it was over 2 states, that didn't make any difference at all?
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
No.
Okay. Wow. Fascinating.
Although they did make it sound nefarious in the TV. He crossed state lines.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
It's a federal offense now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Refer to the feds.
So I've heard you talk a little before about betting errors. For example, if that USC bet was -7 and it came up as +7, betting that against Caesars, it's an obvious 14-point mistake. That's not at all what's going on here at any point in time.
No, that's not the case here. For it to be an obvious error, a line error, there has to be an established market, or there has to be obvious to anyone that the line was wrong. Now, in a look-ahead games, there's no market for it. So if he bet USC at if you bet the other team at +70, you'd say, yeah, that's probably a mistake. But +7, and you have no idea how good these teams are actually going to be, and Pinnacle doesn't have a lineup, and Circa doesn't have a lineup, then it's going to be very hard to argue that whatever they put up was a bad line.
Gotcha.
When people are jumping on these bad lines, that is something that can be voided at any point in time by the casino?
It depends on the jurisdiction. So some jurisdictions are very tight. Like if you put a bet into New Jersey and you make a human error, and I put up +10 instead of +1, New Jersey a human error, sportsbook's responsible for it. You can't avoid it. There may be an exception if it's a 0% chance of winning, or if it's pass post. But in general,
you there, Elihu?
You not hear me? Let me see.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You just dropped for a second. You're back.
Okay. So Dominican Republic, New Jersey are very pro-player friendly. Indiana is not. Indiana, I would say, is probably one of the least friendly jurisdictions for players.
Really?
Ohio is fairly friendly. I mean, these are the ones just that I've looked into. Nevada is not very friendly.
Really?
I've had some curious experiences with Nevada. One where it was a fuss over my identity, and Gaming Commission declined to decide if Hannah's and Caesars were separate financial institutions, which the law defined them as, or if they were the same one. And that affected if they could ask for a CTR if I cashed in tickets.
Really?
Oh, was that the story regarding the Wall Street Journal reporter that was?
Yes.
That's very interesting. That's a very interesting story. I don't know if you want to tell it here or not. I know we're already kind of.
I'll skip it.
Understandable.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. If you ever find yourself in the Metro Detroit area, because you're not too far from us.
All right. Well, I haven't been up there in a long time, but
I'll actually be in Indiana this weekend.
You will. That's right. You're going to Indiana this
Are
weekend.
you familiar with Fremont, Angola area?
I'm not.
Okay.
I mean, I know generally where it is, but I haven't been
Okay.
there. So.
Well, we'll send Daryl down to the casinos to start some confrontation, and then we'll get you involved. See what the Michigan law is on players.
What's the best casino in Indiana?
Well, it used to, for me, it was Four Winds Casino, but they trespassed me.
Oh, no kidding. That's right on the. Is that Michigan City? Is that right?
So that is Blue Chip Casino.
Okay.
Four Winds is located in South Bend, which is very close to me.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
And I was being so scrupulous and honest. I wasn't using kiosks, and I wasn't playing blackjack, and they still trespassed me.
Wow.
Just based on who you are?
I don't know. They never told me why I was trespassed. It was a business reason.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is interesting.
You did some work for Pinnacle back in the early part of this century.
2 decades ago, yes. A lifetime ago.
And maybe that's something that's carried with you. Like, I don't know why they would pass that information on to anybody, but I guess it's pretty easy to find out these days who everybody is.
Quick question. If you were to arbitrate this case, in your opinion, what would be a fair remedy?
Well, I would need to I'd have to get all the facts from Caesars.
Okay.
So the fact that the hard fact right now is proving that Caesars affirmed the wagers. Because if I'm as a defense attorney, if I were taking their case, I would say we never. I would find a way to try to show that Caesars never affirmed the wagers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's no affirmation, it's still pretty shitty that they didn't give him notice. I haven't actually looked at the law on that one issue, on notice requirements for affirmation or voiding of a contract under UCC.
Okay.
But usually UCC follows common sense, and common sense says you can't put a position in a person in a position where they're getting free-rolled. Because if he doesn't know to cash them out, he'll never cash them out.
Is like giving them half the winnings like an appropriate thing, or they got to look at every transaction?
There might be a situation like that.
Well, how much is this guy in for, though?
I'd have to. Usually with contract law, you win everything, or if you don't,
that's all or nothing. Okay.
But yeah, it's the negotiated settlements is where you may get half.
Okay. Okay.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say last thing, Elihu, from me. You've had scenarios where the sports book has talked to you about, that they don't want you playing bets that you've already made, which obviously isn't the case here. But I guess
they never told me that because I've never done that.
I heard you say something one time about some like arena football bets or whatever. That was it. Pinnacle maybe that said we don't.
It was Pinnacle. So there was a time when I put in NFL pregame teasers.
Okay.
And they asked me, they said, we don't want these. You can keep them, and we'll close your account, or you can void them. Agreed to void them. And I agreed to void them. It was a no-brainer.
Sure.
That seems like the professional way to handle something like that, right? They didn't.
And that's there's and lots of sports books will work like that. Especially, if you're a sports book's a little bit like your spouse. You can't just dump all over them. You have to work with them. You're going to get their money, just get it slowly and politely.
Much like my spouse will one day, probably.
Yes.
All right, man. Hey, listen, thank you so much for being here. It's really, we've heard you talk numerous times throughout the last several years, and it's great to have you on. If you're ever in Metro Detroit, we'd love to have you here and buy you a beer. So.
All right. Are you all going to Bet Bash this summer?
We're not. We didn't go last year. We probably should go at some point.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
You absolutely should. You absolutely should. There's so much value, so much networking. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars more because of the people I've met.
Wow.
No
Like
kidding.
every year I've met a person who's made me at least 100,000.
Wow. What? See, I'm going to be there in July, the first part of July. When is Bet Bash? I don't recall.
I think it's the second weekend of August.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe.
It's
If I
absolutely worth the trip.
Okay.
And just the stories you'll get and the fuel you'll get for this show it's a no-brainer.
All right. One of us might go. Whatever. We all got young kids, so it's hard. But
You should do a show from there.
that is something we should do. We've done mobile shows before. They never go real well, Elihu, but,
Where's that hosted at? Is there?
Is it Circa?
Is that
Circa in Fremont.
Yeah.
And they started that when Circa opened, or was it going on before that?
Well, did Spanky? That's his deal, right?
This is the fourth or fifth. I guess this is the fifth year. The first year was in New Jersey. The last 3 years were at Circa.
Oh, okay.
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 Gotcha. Well, maybe we'll see you there. I'm going to try to talk one of us into going. Or maybe they're going to talk me into going, probably.
Hope to see you there.
Sounds great,
It's
buddy.
near my birthday, so maybe I'll work that out.
There you go.
Elihu, I have both the books in the shopping cart on Amazon. I already had the Conquering Risk on my phone, and I found that I can't. First of all, I bought it during tax season, so I haven't had a chance to dig into it too much. But I find it hard to read on the phone, and so I've got them both. The paperback versions in the cart. I might even pick up a second copy of the newest book for Jimmy here, because Jimmy's probably the only one of us that'll actually understand it, because I know it's a little more complex.
I'm the only other one that can read out of the group here, so that's probably
pretty
part
much-
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I guess book on tape would probably
If
be
you have a
better for me.
desktop, you can. If you have a desktop, you can download the Kindle app for your desktop and read it on a full monitor.
Oh,
And
a
that's
good idea.
actually a good way to do it, especially the second book, Beyond the Odds, because there are about 20-some worksheets or source code. But when I wrote Beyond the Odds, I expected people to read it with a computer nearby so they could open up spreadsheets and explore stuff.
Okay. That's a good idea.
The full title, Beyond the Odds, Efficient Market Theory and Tools of Warfare. Efficient market theory, Jimmy?
I'm familiar with that. Yeah. Or modern portfolio theory, efficient markets for sure. And also Conquering Risk. That was your first one, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Attacking Wall Street in Vegas. But the idea, so Beyond the Odds doesn't actually talk about any kind of handicapping. It just uses efficient market theory as the basis for most of the way. And that's how I've actually made most of my money in sports. Not from handicapping, not from top down, bottom left, right up, whatever, but from assuming the market's efficient and then calculating derivatives off of that.
So you're betting.
Interesting.
You're betting prop bets, and you're betting them later on in the week, NFL wise, because you're expecting the numbers to get shaken out to the point where they're efficient.
So there's two different. A prop bet typically is something that involves a player or something that's a very small market. A derivative is anything that you can price using the full game spread and full game total, which includes a full game money line. So you'll see that there's a lot of inefficiency, for example, in both NFL and NBA on full game money lines. Another example of a derivative that's easy to beat would be a first half spread in college football.
Right. So anything that can be priced based on the price of the full game market, right? So even a quarter.
Yes, those are derivatives.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
if you're betting something like, how many touchdown passes will this player have? That is a prop on a derivative.
Gotcha.
And
And
common.
so I actually don't bother with props.
Okay.
The limits on props are too low. And the best time to bet these derivatives is an hour to post. The spread and total are accurate at that point. And if, the derivative is incorrect at that point, if your pricing is better, it's very easy to beat.
Wow, that is like the direct opposite of what we've always heard anyway, that you got to bet early when the numbers are off. I guess if you're going to take an approach where you're going to be handicapping, that would be the way to do it. But if you're using the market
Yes,
itself.
I absolutely agree on handicapping.
Right.
But it's a different approach, and sports books love you for betting an hour to post and
Sure.
not getting any closing line or not getting much line value.
Right.
Now, if you bet these derivatives on a Tuesday, So when I first started doing this approach several years ago, DraftKings and Caesars were putting up first half, first quarter lines on Monday or Tuesday before the markets were up. So Pinnacle wasn't up, Bookmaker wasn't up. It was their math alone in the dark.
Wow.
And then I put in round robins of 20 or 25 teams early in the week and get 100,000 down in a click.
Wow.
That was the glory days.
Not like that anymore.
Oh no! Now I can't bet $38 on a straight at either DraftKings or Caesars.
I believe that.
The other interesting thing I found that sounds sort of contrary to what you're thinking, Jimmy, maybe, but 2% is all you're expecting, right, Elihu?
You get rich off of 2%
because you're putting your whole you're putting it all out there, so you're turning it over
often.
Yeah,
many times a year. So for a guy who has a bankroll of under a couple 100,000, you should be able to double your money every year.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, now I'm definitely going to Bet Bash. I'll see you there, man. In fact, I'll buy you a room. All right. Listen, buddy.
Well, I hope to see you there.
Yes. Thank you again. We should let you go. We've taken up a lot of your time, but definitely check him out on Twitter at @dfeustel, also on the web at Elihu Feustel. I'm going to put this back up on the screen. Also put that in the description of the video. So if you're interested in learning more about Elihu, possibly looking at those books too, you can certainly check them out. But thanks again, man.
All right. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Great talking to you.
Thank you, man.
All right. Thanks, Elihu.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that was pretty fascinating. I'm going to put this back up on the screen here.
That was interesting.
Yes. So again, Twitter at @D_Feustel and on the web, ElihuFeustel.com. Smart guy. Smart guy, man. Yeah.
I'd say it's probably Richie and then Elihu.
In that order?
No, I don't think so. He's selling above my pay grade.
So this Bet Bash, where you just
Plus he wrote a couple
mingling
books.
with people? Or?
Yeah, what is Bet Bash? I didn't even heard of this before.
Yeah.
Just basically what it sounds like. It's sort of a convention.
Convention, that's what
Convention for anything related to sports gambling, essentially.
Is it in that big convention center they got there? Like that whole...
At Circa? See, I didn't see...
Oh, it's at Circa.
It's at Circa, right. And I'm sure it's just like any other... I'm sure they have a big deal convention hall or whatever, but yeah, it's been put on by this... the guy that puts it on, I guess what he's most known for these days would probably be his numbering. Like you're in Odds Jam, Jimmy?
Oh, his odds screen, Spank.
Yeah, I'd
Spank
use
odds,
the Juice Reel Spank Odds. Spank
Yeah.
Odds. He's got that. I'm sure before that he was just somebody that cracked the sports.
It's just interesting, these heavy professional bettors, the hoops they got to worry about and deal with. Like when we're just putting a bet on our app, for one bet for one game, like you're not thinking about maxing out and somebody questioning you and stuff. We're just casual bettors.
We're not winners.
These guys like him, they got to worry about. They got to like have a plan in place and they got to coordinate and figure things out.
I mean, he's the guy that got to be the most coveted guy to have in your syndicate, right? Because he's a accomplished attorney and. You need one of those guys that can fight for you.
Right.
Inevitably, it's going to happen.
Sure. That would suck to have a lot of hundreds of thousands of dollars of bets and get voided on you. But, I mean, if you're intentionally...
Well, I was just curious how much the guy had in, too.
I want to say, was it 50, 60, 70, maybe 80 or 90,000, I think was...
Yeah.
What, did they cash out 750 or something?
Because, if I go to the desk, at a casino and put a bet in, I don't know if they're checking my ID, but it's just because they see him in the machine pumping. That's what I was curious about.
Well, a lot of times these guys use kiosks because they won't take the bet at the counter.
Yeah.
So they're forced to use
because they know
kiosks.
Suspicious betting patterns.
So at what point do they ask
winners,
for? At what point do they ask for your ID though when you're at a kiosk?
I was trying to figure that part out about the W-9, because I thought that was kind of what he was trying to avoid. But that's the thing. I probably should have spent more time on. Basically, Elihu put together like a case law of what's going on here. But if you just happen to tune into CBS Chicago, you get a whole different story.
Sure.
It's like me telling you that I was wronged at the Hilltop and they wouldn't serve me a drink, and then I'd tell you all the reasons why they wouldn't do it, and it was because I was, my pants were down.
Well, that's any
And-
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So when I was in Vegas, though, doing some bets in the kiosk, I put my player's card in to get credit, for
Right.
gambling, but I don't know if they require to swipe like a player's card. I don't know if that was a requirement.
No.
So if I just went to kiosk, did a few bets, I'm anonymous. Nobody knows what's going on, right?
Right.
So at what point did somebody come up to and say, "Hey, we need to"?
Well, if you're standing, the guy was standing there for hours.
So somebody's
the
watching.
camera
them.
is like just on the guy.
So somebody's
Sure.
watching him, and he's just like, now, if he would have had 25 friends spread out, right, and did it that way.
I know that's the way some people do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in Detroit, there's a guy. You know that guy.
Yeah, that's the guy that uses the name from Rounders, right?
Right.
Well, I think his mistake was doing all
KGB.
different. He was doing all Caesars properties. Like if I was in Detroit
Fish?
and I took like 10 friends
Closer.
and went to MGM, Motor City, Greek Town, are they gonna coordinate all that stuff?
So I think the problem, or not the rationale of the Bettor is that getting hung up on the best, what the best number is. It has to make sense.
I mean, you got to be like you have a very high conviction to say, I'm going to go stand there and do 75 tickets of this one bet. I mean, you got to be like,
I mean, if that's,
I don't think I've ever felt that confident about anything I've done in my life.
The only question on that part I had was I was curious, and we took up a lot of his time, but he said the manager said it was okay. Do the managers wear like some type of mic? Like I know they videotape everything.
the manager signed off on it.
Right, but is there some type of verbal, like do they wear something like to record? Or does the video cameras pick up any of the discussion?
It sounds like he actually physically might have signed off on
physically
something. Like signed
So
off on
that's
something.
not really a question. That
Yeah, I don't think that was
they were approved.
I don't think so. No, it doesn't sound like it to me. Anyway, it's the way
You
I
would think
read it.
they know who this guy is too. From this is not his first rodeo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you just show up your first time gambling and say, I'm going to jam, 80 parlays of the same thing
Right.
over and over again.
Maybe he's just been waiting his whole life for this 80.
He saved up in his mom and daddy's basement, working at McDonald's for 7 years, and they all of a sudden he accumulated some money and he went to town, But
Anybody need a beer?
I do.
are we, yeah, let's do.
I'll tell you what, the Pistons cut off again.
Do we need a...
exploration with the numbers, guys.
And we are back in Studio 8B. There's beers flying all over the place here right
We're
now. We
flowing.
got a bunch of them. Which one do you guys want to do first? I know we got two out right now. Oh, we should probably actually do the old-fashioned one first. Cause it's
What's
not,
better for the palate first?
These are big boys.
Maybe we should start with the Blue Moons then, the extras. What do you think? Yeah, let's start with that because I think that's going to be a little lighter.
Well, these are some tall boys.
So tonight's beer, there's four of them up here. This
40s.
this one courtesy of yours truly. I lost trivia last week. It's Blue Moon Extra. It's a Belgian-style wheat ale, 8% alcohol by volume. Doesn't really say much here on the website. Cheers. Doesn't really say much here on the website. I'm showing you nothing right now on the screen. That's interesting. Let me try this again here. Let's unplug and plug this back in. Hey, at least we didn't have any technical problems for Elihu.
That's right.
Yeah, it could have
That
been.
was our best remote calling.
Yeah, I think it was the best thing that's
With
ever
no
happened.
issues
Yeah.
ever.
Here we go. Blue Moon Extra, 8% alcohol by volume, 10 IBUs, so not very bitter. You can get it year-round from the fine folks of, what's the name of that brewery? Is it actually Blue Moon Brewery? I think it is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, they're.
What's the name of it? You remember?
It's not Brew Moon.
Is it Goose Island?
No, it's not Goose Island.
Ah, I thought it was Blue
Blue
Moon.
owned by
Moon,
Anheuser-Busch.
yeah, Blue
Made
Moon,
it by Coors, right? Distributed by Coors.
Blue Moon Brewing Co.,
Yeah.
Golden Shower, Colorado.
Golden Shower, Colorado. So basically Blue Moon, but 8% instead of 4.5 or 5%.
Oh, it's like a heavy, is what it is.
It's a Blue Moon Heavy.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't poured this into a cup yet, so I'm going to do that. And in the meantime, we'll get D-Dub's interpretation.
It's okay. We did this once before. We'd have to line them all up and figure out. But I'm for 8%. It tastes enough like the original to make sense, I think. Now, if you're telling me it costs twice as much as a typical Blue Moon,
A little heady.
Not again. Oh. Pistons, took a punch from the Knicks to start this game.
Were they
but
down? What was the most they were down? 13, 15?
14? A couple times, I think, though. And Brunson just comes down and shoots it every time.
He didn't fall, though.
He's falling a little less, but...
Speaking of...
Dunkaroo!
Count it and
That
one. The
wasn't a
Pistons
Dunkaroo.
down
And
to
one.
4.
Count it, baby, and the foul.
Jimmy, I think it's just a typical
Yeah.
tasting Blue Moon, and it's got 8% alcohol. As long as the price isn't too far off, I'm going to give it a solid 3.4.
Okay, the price on these, I think they're only in these, what are these,
19.2.
19.2 ounce cans. That's unusual. 19.2 ounces. I think it was $2.99, but if
be
you
hard
bought
to
one,
play.
you got one 40% off.
Edward
Okay.
40
So I'll let
hands
you,
with 19 ounces.
$1.80,
I'll let you-
$1.79, $1.80,
there you go.
plus the original.
Yeah. What is that per ounce? Can you tell us that, accountants?
I don't know. Get the guy back on the phone.
Elihu would know.
Elihu.
He would. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So what I'm done. 3.4, I think I said.
3.4?
That's it, baby.
Oh, real quick.
It's okay. I'm not a big Blue Moon fan, so.
That is true. You don't like the Blue Moon. I expected Tones to like this. By the way, here is our uniform ratings for beer or other booze, the Your Boob scale. 5, you're going to drive across town for the
I
shit.
think it's you are boobs.
You.
Meaning the 4 of us.
That may be what my intention was there. Driving across town for it. 4, you're going to buy it with no hesitation. What just happened?
Tie game.
Triple in the corner.
It's all tied up.
Wow.
It's all knotted up. Tom
Wow.
Thibodeau out there pointing fingers. 3, you're not going to kick it out of bed. 2, you're going to choke it down for the show.
go.
So you don't look like a bitch. And 1, a hard pass. Nastier than Flint's water. D-Dub gave it just under a 4. Tones, what do you got?
Okay, so I've been drinking regular Blue Moon for a long time. Everybody knows I'm a citrus fan. Orange, definitely near the top of my list of types of beer. But regular Blue Moon to me is on the heavier side for me.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
Do you notice what's happening to these old fashions?
They're ruined.
Yeah, I've been watching it. A little nipple coming out the top.
You know,
over here. I don't know if we can-
I thought I pounded them all down or something, but I don't think I did. So it's breathing.
Overflowing.
It's like something from Ghostbusters.
This desk is going to be ruined.
Ruined?
I'm
It's coming
sorry.
from the bourbon barrels. It's ruined.
Wait. So Blue Moons are heavy to you?
A regular Blue Moon to me is on the heavier side of my normal. Like if I'm drinking 6 of something, on a nice hot day. So, but
Okay.
I like
know what you
regular Blue Moon. I actually like the Blue Moon Lights, the Blue Skies even better. To me, that's one of my favorite beers now. This, I think, the extra alcohol is replacing some of the orange flavor, in my opinion, kind of offsetting that. So it's bringing the boldness of the Blue Moon down, of the orange flavor. It's not popping as much to me. So I would rank this 3rd place out of the 3 Blue Moons, in my opinion. It's still a good beer. I'm thinking 3.6 for me, though, just because I don't know if I'm going to jam 3 of these down here. It's a little too heavy for me.
I'm wondering if we drink all these beers tonight, how screwed up we'll be.
I'll be pretty screwed up.
My question is, Tones, did you factor in the enhanced ABV
Yeah,
in your rating?
I'm
I think
down
he
there.
did.
Yeah? Okay.
I thought he hit it spot on.
Yeah.
I don't know why we want more alcohol in the Blue Moon. Like, why are we giving up the taste for the? I mean, if you could keep the taste,
Yeah.
like that's what I think Tones was saying. You're giving up. You're definitely losing some of the orange. It's being replaced with like an alcohol-y taste,
Yep.
which I don't like. That's why I like Blue Moon, and it is a good go-to when there's really not much in the bar other than Budweiser and Bud Light. You don't find that very often, but Blue Moon seems to always be there as an option. So when options are light, I do go Blue Moon. But I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely the third of the cans. I mean, I like the fact it's 22 ounces and it's skinny, I guess. But I'm gonna go.
I feel it hitting me though. It's definitely concentrated.
It's cracking a little bit.
It's cracking.
I'm
Okay.
saying 2.9. I would never buy it. I don't even know what 2.9 meant again, but I'll have to see that scale. But maybe 2.4.
I'll put it back up here for you, Richie. 2.9 would be somewhere between. You're going to choke it down for the show, so you don't look like a bitch. Or a 3.
Somewhere in the high 2s. It's nothing good. I'll choke it down.
Yeah. So I had this the other day. I bought it, and I thought it was okay. I mean, it tastes like Blue Moon.
I mean, this seems like more your wheelhouse than.
I agree,
It's
it's
okay.
okay, but where's the spot for it? Like, you got the light for the pool, you got the Blue Moon for the course, maybe if you like Blue Moon. What is this?
I think
This
maybe
doesn't go good with a cigar.
no, like an IPA alternative, maybe.
Just like a long drive home.
Yeah, or even a short drive home, but you're really thirsty. Yeah, I think it's like an IPA alternative, right? It's got high ABV. It tastes a little bit more. It's got a little bit of a cheap boozy taste to it, you know. Speaking of, by the way, cheap. I'll get to this. I'll get to
This is the equivalent of at least of drinking 3 beers, which is enough to put anybody to sleep. So that's maybe that's what it's about, Rich.
Could be.
Relaxing beer.
Putting yourself to sleep.
Yeah, you got to go to bed. You want ready to go to bed?
You're like, I don't like doing those weed gummies, so I'm just gonna drink Blue Moon Heavy.
Why that face? That face is a
Why
look
are we
of disgust.
drinking a tall 22 ouncer to go to bed? Like, I just think
You
there's
never-
better. Wouldn't you rather just have a nice tasting shandy or Blue Moon Light?
You can drink 3 beers of those quality, or you can drink one of these.
Or you can be a man and
19.2.
do a shot of Jack and put yourself to sleep.
Does that work that way? I don't think it's the same thing.
It
There's
is a
something
shot
in,
of Crown Blackberry.
there's something in beer
over the
that's going to
weekend.
put you to
If you're
bed.
drinking
You
80
can have a
proof or
conversation
something,
with the
it's
mayor.
definitely going to add
They're
up.
Pingree. Don't you bring that ice?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Here, I'm
I
gonna
did.
pass
What
the
is
mayor
this?
down there. It's the mayor again. I went and bought a bottle of the mayor. I like
That
it so
was
much.
pretty good.
Isn't this the same thing that we already had?
Yeah, we don't have to rate it. Just thought you guys might would like
Mrs.
some.
Stones
kind of you.
definitely wants to try some of that.
Yes. So you can
Here,
just take
just
the rest
take
of it
this
home
one
with you.
Just take,
Yeah. Well, let's have some first. No, she can take it
Okay.
home. That's fine. I don't care.
Crack that.
crack it.
While we're still
This was delicious last week.
thinking about the Pistons, did you guys see these? The billboards in Metro Detroit.
No, but it's pretty funny.
Yes.
Mother flopper. I like that.
Yeah, Mrs. Midwest sent this to me. Apparently they're all over the place. Brunson, you're a mother flopper.
Well, he is.
There you go. There's another one.
It's to the point where it ruins games. And I've heard other people write about that too. Just saying,
About LeBron, you mean?
Why
Or-
doesn't the NBA crack down on divers though?
I don't know.
Like hockey, they crack down on people that dive. You know what I'm saying?
they do?
Well, you get a penalty for diving. And
Who's an example of that from like the 90s?
a diver in the 90s?
Yeah.
Rick Zombo, maybe?
What?
No, Rick Zombo.
Matthew
Steve
Barnaby.
Chason?
Matthew Barnaby.
I don't remember him.
He was in Buffalo.
How about the
was a
cat
goofy
from
movie.
the Rangers? Everybody hated, like Avery or something.
Oh, Sean Avery. He was horrible. He played for the Wings for a while.
Wasn't he a tough guy?
Nah, he was
he was
just-
like kind
he
of
was a
like
menace.
he was like a prick. Like,
He stood in front of the goalie, facing the goalie, and just waving his stick all over the place.
Dino
like,
Cicerelli?
no, Dino was more respectful. Avery was just a douchebag, you know. And he played for the Wings, but he was a DB.
on and off the ice.
Yeah, he was a goofball, man.
Before we, you guys want to taste the second beer right now?
Yeah, before
Because I'm pretty excited about
because
it.
we're gonna go bourbon beer to bourbon.
Yeah, all right, let's do that. So this one's
me one of those
courtesy of
nips.
Tones.
This is foaming at the mouth here.
Oh, geez. Cheers, pal.
So
Wow.
I got this in
big
Houghton
cup.
Lake, a little liquor store
Sorry.
at the end of our street in Houghton Lake. Never saw this around here. I was just looking around with neighbor Greg. He was there. And I was just checking out their.
Home Lake. What are you doing on Home Lake?
My father-in-law has a cottage there. We were putting the dock in. Dock
Oh,
weekend.
okay.
This is an old-fashioned holiday ale. Holiday ale
Speaking of
from
ale,
Bell's. Hey, Brian Ailes. Sean Avery was a punk. What's up, Putt? How you doing, buddy?
Ooh.
Oh, you got the whole
That's
setup
interesting.
tonight, I wonder? Do you have the whole setup? Hopefully you found Elihu Feustel interesting. The guy's interesting.
He is interesting. I like to hang out
Yeah.
with him sometimes.
So this is
I'd like to go gambling with it.
I would like
I
to
would
sit
too.
at a table with him.
we're gonna have to go out there. Maybe we're gonna have to do that. Alcohol by volume, by the way, on this 10.8%.
Go to South Bend.
Wow.
10.8.
Dried cherry, orange peel, Christmas ale, aged in bourbon barrels. Recommended glassware. We don't have that shit right out of the can, pal.
What is that category? Jimmy, bring that back up.
Yeah,
Does
sure.
anybody know what that
They
means?
created their own category. the
Category
mold.
Larry's Library? Not sure what that means.
Is that leisure
Like, did
suit?
anybody catch that?
Not
Like,
sure what that
Is that leisure suit Larry or something?
You know, I saw it. I just went over because I had no idea what the fuck it meant. So I just kept going. Yeah.
Shelf life unlimited. That means you can put it next to a pair of McDonald's fries and eat it in 2029.
This is definitely a winter beer, though. I would say, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not drinking this by my
Fireplace.
newly opened pool.
No, we loved old fashions here, guys.
I do love
this,
it.
the smell is like an Asian cuisine of sort.
Oh no.
Now, do you think I could? Can I pour this in a glass and smoke it?
Like soy sauce?
Can I smoke this bitch?
You could try to
I think
smoke
it's soy
it.
sauce. Yeah.
Sure. I'll tell you what. She's dark. She's got a nice kind of a creamy head. No lacing really on this one.
It does have a
Interesting.
creamy texture.
Interesting.
Flavor.
It does smell like Asian food.
A little bit.
What is that? Is it
Just
MSG?
like that might be Madison Square Garden or soy sauce. Hey, Putt, by the way, says, "Oh yeah, 2 hockey games and the Pistons. Way to go, man! Good for you, buddy."
That's right.
It's a good setup. He had that back in 99, 2000. Remember that, Richie?
I do remember that. The TVs are a little heavier then.
Yes.
He had a bunch of Trinitrons set up, stacked on top of each other.
Dangerous situation, man.
Yeah.
So out of power running through there.
Yeah,
Our friend Jason would have a hell of.
heart attack.
A lot of gigawatts.
How many
as Tony would say.
how many GFIs you got down there, Putt? Just curious.
Just in case we decide we want to make Hotel Putt wet for
He's
some
got-
reason.
You definitely have to have a generator, right?
I would think so.
I mean, you can't.
Of course, we have all of this shit plugged into 2 outlets up here, which is amazing.
That sounds like
It's amazing.
Fire. Is there? Do we have the distinguisher? Fire distinguisher?
I have about 14
Even-
extension cords plugged in.
Even Clark Griswold told me this is kind of unsafe.
This is not the place to be.
unsafe.
Luckily, we have a fire suppression system up here, so it's
Oh,
okay.
that's nice.
Tones, it was nice of you to bring this beer in, but it's just not my thing, man.
It's
I'm
not
not
your
big
deal?
into the.
I just saw old fashioned
Yeah.
beer, and I'm like, I gotta grab it. You know,
I think
right?
Christmas time I'd be down for one of these on the
can-
old bearskin rug, you know?
Sit by the fire.
Sitting by the
Yeah.
fire.
Did you say beer skin?
I think he did. Yeah, if I could wind it back, I would. I think he said beer skin.
Now I wonder
That's okay.
if you threw like pour some glass and threw some of those
Beer.
nice cherries in there, and
Beer.
you know, I think that would add a nice little touch to it. A little orange peel and cherries.
Yeah, I'm not a big old fashioned guy, so I'm not the right target market. But I'm curious what you guys have to
Maybe throw some
score
simple
it.
syrup in there.
I would give it a 2.4,
about that.
and I'm sorry for the people at Bell's. Going to come out and see you this summer, but I have to be honest, it's just not my thing.
You're not gonna have an old fashioned beer when you go
No,
there?
I am not. Not. I wonder if this is from
Oh, took the lead.
the holiday.
Cade just
You should have bet.
schooled.
You should have bet the Stones when they were down 14.
I should have bet the derivative halftime score.
Yeah,
You should have.
Derivative.
You should have done something.
A derivative prop.
I'll tell you what, all the things that guy said, just I do really like betting those halftime scores a lot in college football and
See,
college basketball too.
DD likes the first quarter bets, right? Football games. He loves.
I don't do those, but
this is how dumb I am. I thought derivatives were anything that, like, even prop bets. I guess I thought prop bets.
I don't
were
think you're
also-
dumb. It's very. I mean, he described it very well. I thought.
I think you guys are all dumb because I went over that about
Yeah, episode
a
42.
year ago.
I fell asleep on
I
it.
think I said exactly what he just said. That's
I
okay.
thought you told me prop bets in that.
That's what she
in
said.
that
Prop
show.
bets are not player props for sure. Not anything that's priced off the price of the main line is a derivative.
Bam.
Well,
Oh,
if the total is 95 points for a football game,
Divided by 4.
you might figure that the player props for a wide receiver who's leading the NFL in receptions might be.
I guess you're sort of right on that, but I don't think it would be
I
a true.
thought if you took the spread and the total, you could kind of derive what a running back might have if you have 20
it?
years of records.
Data behind you.
Yeah,
That's possible.
my bad.
Why is this TV getting all
That
flaky?
shows
I
you
gotta
how-
go to Putts. I gotta go to Hotel Putt. He says, "Oh yeah, you guys need to come over for a football Sunday. Apparently your TVs are better than the TVs here at Studio 8B because that one's all like blurry over there."
Hey, you want to hear something interesting?
Sure.
Putt's favorite sports book. He swears it's the best. It's not Circa.
Okay.
He says it's the Westgate.
Westgate. I've heard that
The
from a lot
Superbook.
The original Superbook,
Right.
right?
I've heard that.
A lot of people like sports.
I thought maybe
And I've
Circa
never
had-
been there either. So.
For the if you had the halftime derivative
Wow.
down 14. I mean, what do you think that cashed out at? Like plus 1,600 when they were down 15?
Tommy the Thib
Not
can't.
that high.
He can't.
They were down 15, 14
Wow.
in the second.
What a
Look at that.
The second quarter was like
That
crazy flipped over the first quarter. Crazy.
That was sweet.
Nice. God damn.
They were down
This
what?
is
50
great.
That
down
would have
15
been
at the end of the first
such
quarter?
fun if we all jumped on $25 and then Just missed out on
Well,
that.
so the Pistons at the half, 61-59. They have the lead,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen.
That under's not looking too. Under's not looking too
Not
hot.
looking hot.
That's all right. I'd rather have the Pistons
I
win
got
than have it under.
Cade plus 28 with the Tigers tonight, though. That might not be a
Okay,
bad
I got the Tigers minus 1.5. One of my bets. We'll see that later.
I got 1.5 too. I didn't put it. I didn't. Anyways, back to this beer.
Yeah, let's get this. We got a ton of show
enjoy
left.
these. It's like a bourbon style beer. I like these. It's really not the time, but I appreciate Tone's bringing it in. It's probably gonna be off the shelf here. He probably got the last one. Was it Dusty?
It was a little dusty.
Okay,
Might have been the clearance section.
No, but when you're wrapping gifts and cold as hell outside, and you need a beer to warm the belly. I mean, this is
Drinking it to baby, it's cold.
Rich, you wrap a lot of presents, or you seem more like a bag kind of a guy?
You're a bagger.
no.
I think you throw that paper on there, you jam that in. On top.
I wrap. I'm not the. You can tell the presents I wrap.
Yes, as any man.
I can't do the clean.
In fact, I
folds.
do them on the 24th, which is a problem because I get tired, as Daryl knows. So I wrapped about half of them.
I have to ice my shoulders.
Then
when
I woke up
wrap it.
at 5 a.m. to finish the rest of them, and got it done just in time.
Do you
this
tire
year.
easily? I didn't know
I
that.
I do sometimes, especially when Daryl's talking.
Here's a good
Well,
thing,
that's
though. Now,
understandable,
going
yeah.
forward, now that you're engaged, you can buy less gifts because you're already locked in. So
You got to do your wrapping on Christmas Eve.
Don't think it works.
it doesn't work there.
Works that way. Actually, I mean, I get more presents than ever. Like being engaged, I'm not used to getting so many presents, honestly. So it's
Just wait till you get married.
You
It
know,
goes
like
on
her
the
family's
tubes.
big on like birthdays and Christmas, and like my family is like when I turned 18, they're like, don't the door hit you on the ass.
Yeah, like you're on your own. Son.
You know, my kids look at me now like I'm 20 or we're going out to dinner. What do I get for my birthday? I'm like, what are you talking about?
We're getting
20
crab,
years old now.
crab and lobster dinner. What's going on?
Yeah.
Your family taught you about the hard truths of life.
It's like a Hard Knocks over there. I'm gonna say 4-0 on the beer.
Rolling,
Wow,
and you're
that's a
4.0. I'm
big
surprised you went
score.
that high. You weren't talking like you were going that high.
I like I'm a little. I prefer the cherry.
I do too.
Yeah, I guess they call that the perfect Manhattan. That's my jam. But there is some cherry in here to offset the orange, so I'm down with it. Like I said, I would drink it when it's colder out, but that's okay.
It would pair nicely with some wonton soup or some egg foo young.
I like egg foo young.
I love Chinese.
I do. Tones, you have not given this a score.
It's a little too heavy for me. I think, like I said, if I were decking this out in a glass with some cherries and orange,
And myrrh.
yeah.
Gotta have myrrh.
If I added some, some fruit to the equation on my own, I think it'd be a little better. This is a little sitting too heavy in my stomach right now.
I tell you what, though, these are the beers that you drink one.
You're done. This is a
Rest of the night's fun.
3-1 for me.
The second one goes down way faster.
I was so excited about this beer, guys.
Are you?
When you sent that picture, I'm like, this is the beer
Are you disappointed?
for me. I'm a little disappointed.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just a little. It's not your fault, Tones. You didn't
No,
do it, so don't take
I-
exception to that. The concept was right. Something's just not 100% with that to me. I don't know what it is. If it's the
Maybe it's skunked.
the Chinese food
Is it
taste.
not enough of a trip L for you?
Well, it's a trip out. It's a triple E, but
But like when you drink old fashioned, there's a little more sweetness to it than this.
yeah, I'd rather
So
drink
you're
an old
used
fashioned.
to that, I think, when you think old fashioned. But
Yeah, and rarely do I say I'd rather have an old fashioned. I mean, I love old fashions, but I would
I love old fashioned.
not rather have that than a beer. You know what I mean? I like beer probably more than anything, including
Makes you a
my
jolly
kids.
good fella.
But how do I do this? Let's see. I'm gonna give it. I think if you doctored it, I think you're right, Tones. If you threw some cherries in there and maybe smoked the beer,
Yes.
and maybe put it in a proper glass instead of this.
Well, that's not what the beer is, though.
I know we're adult.
That's a good point, Rich. That's a real good
We're
point.
we're doctoring it. So we can't come up with the rating. I mean, we could do it for.
I mean, I could
ourselves.
take a Sprite and make it taste better, but that's not.
That's true. It's a good point. All right, so I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, dock some points here and give this a 3.7.
Oh, it's still a big score.
Well, I'm not going to kick it out of bed. I'm going to finish it, but it's just not. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Like it needs more cherry taste. I think,
Yes.
first of all.
Yeah, it's missing the cherry.
Yeah,
Not enough.
A little more cherry would have been great.
would have been great. Yeah, that would have raised it up to the 4s for sure. Yeah.
I had some wild cherry Mr. Blue Sky.
Do you have a Ludens that you could Oh, I thought you were going to say
that
wild
would
cherry
Blue
Ludens.
Sky.
That would be ideal.
Imagine that, sucking on one of those and taking a few sips on this.
They're gonna do a joint venture with Shorts this summer.
Mr. Blue or
Ludens.
Griffin or Ludens.
Ludens. I love Ludens.
Yeah, I do too.
Is
I
this
don't know if
Beasley
they-
that's actually?
I don't know if there's any medicinal purposes in Ludens, though.
I think they're just hard candies, really.
I think to say here's a freaking candy.
No, it's not
and-
like Buffalo Trace.
I think you can't tell me it's not a
that was medicinal.
part of the Lifesavers conglomerate.
No, I think,
No. No.
I think it's the placebo of cough medicine. It says this is medicine, but it's not. But it just makes you think. It's
You're
You
right.
guys ever try those nerd clusters?
I love those.
Those things are fucking freak. I'm sorry.
Those are addicting.
Are we on?
Yeah.
No, we're not on Beeson yet.
That's it. My boys all eat. My boys all eat that shit, and they love. Like you could pound those.
I'm not a
things
big
forever.
fan of candy and
Those are
stuff.
one things though that.
Wow,
that
those
can
are
draw me in.
addicting, aren't they?
No,
Like,
those are amazing combination. Amazing combination.
What are the clusters? I'm thinking the ropes.
it's nerds
maybe.
meets gummy bears.
Yeah, it's like a gummy.
Yeah.
with a nerd's rope.
I know what you mean. I don't like those that much.
Oh, I think that is,
I like the nerd ropes though. I like the ropes.
the ropes are good.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the best top 5 candies out there.
I
is
think
the
so.
Nerd clusters, and then the ropes.
Yeah, the ropes are where it's at.
The sweet tart ropes. I think they're.
Oh,
Sweet tart ropes
those
are even
tight.
better.
those are
great.
dynamite.
Those are
Dynamite.
great. Yeah.
I'd like to pull back my comments on what I was saying about Ludens. Don't look for. I don't know if Elihu's going to represent me in court. Art, the numbers guy. The number
Elihu.
guys.
What?
But
I think we
tastes
should have
good.
formed an LLC with this because we're going to get sued individually.
If I were to get
Individually.
sued, Elihu's going to be on
Well,
my.
with the LLC,
he's
you
gonna-
you can either elect to be sued together or individually.
Elihu's
Well, I just
get-
don't want it to pass through to my own bank account, man.
No, Elihu's going to be on my dream team
I thought
if
we
I ever
did
get
start
sued.
the LLC
So,
with this. Are we
we
taking
have no
losses?
LLC.
I have a big loss on my tax return.
capital loss carry
Rich, you
forward.
still owe us $6.25 for the MAR report.
That's no, you owe me.
What a waste that
Is that
was.
too
I'm the one
inside,
filing the MAR.
baseball?
No, I did that for my dad near the end of the year. You guys freaked me out, and I wasted $250 or whatever,
What do you mean you wasted?
or whatever it was.
Yeah,
25
what?
bucks or 30 bucks?
What are
25
you
bucks.
talking
Has he not
about?
paid it in 10 years?
No, that stupid filing or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's 25
for
bucks.
the fucking
That's
shit that
sham.
never happened.
Shamakery.
Yeah, we knew that wasn't going to happen.
That one. You're talking about, they charged for that? The
What?
Yes.
BOR or whatever?
No,
it was?
Yeah.
that was only if you paid someone to do it. It was free.
No,
Yes.
I did it on a website.
I
Oh,
hope I
you
didn't
got
scare
smoked.
you
You got
because
scammed.
I
Yeah,
didn't
somebody
do
just
it.
stole your identity, Tones.
That's
You can't-
like when they charge you to get the IRS EIN. It's free.
right. It's free.
It's the same
That's
thing with
free.
the BOI. It was free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Tones' information.
Let's
all
run.
over.
Let's delete the last minute and a half of this show.
I'm out there.
I just put our next round of beers on Tones' credit card information, which I found online. So that was cool.
The dark web. I heard that, is it 4chan?
Chan. Yeah.
4chan?
4chan. Yeah.
I heard that it's just not what it used to be. I read that on Wired this month.
What?
Probably.
4chan. It's
Foreskin?
4chan?
Yeah. The number 4 followed by the word
Sentient?
Chan. with
Chan.
an A.
4chan. It's not. Wired says it's
4chan.
past its prime.
Okay.
Jim, what's your shirt say? I see the top part.
Oh, it says. Hold on a second.
I love new.
I showed it earlier, but you were drafting, I think.
Oh. That could have been.
It's all right. I made a big deal
I
out
did
of it,
miss,
too.
miss the
It
first
says,
half of the interview.
I love new torque.
Hey,
Oh.
New toy.
So he's a big.
That's a sweet jersey.
Yeah,
or
he's
shirt.
a big Monkeys fan. Peter
No,
Tork
not Peter
was always.
Tork.
I thought he was talking
This
about
guy.
Torkelson. Torque
Yeah, I'm talking
bombs.
about torque.
DW, you always told me JT was a bandwagon fan.
That's right.
Listen, I love Torque ever since he got here. Was 3 years ago? Was it? 3
Yes,
years? Yeah, 3
you
years
followed
ago.
him
Wait
back
till
in his.
he breaks out his "Marry Me Javier" T-shirt.
I had to cut up my Kenta
That's funny.
Maeda jersey today because he got DFA'd.
Oh, you had to give it up.
Did
Yeah.
what happened? Did Maeda get knocked off?
Yeah, they
DFA'd him.
brought up a kid
Good.
that throws 100. Like, why
Maeda
would you
sucked.
not?
He
Yeah.
sucked.
Why would you keep a guy in your bullpen when you got a guy that throws 100? And
They
Right.
took him to South Korea and he had to cross the demilitarized zone to North Korea.
Don't
give Tones another beer.
I think 60% of MLB.
You just spent $2,500 on BOI.
Right. It cost us $4,000. Tongue tied and twisted, just
good
an
deal.
earthbound
Good deal.
misfit. That was from
it
last
was
week. Remember
advertised
that
on
song?
Google. I mean, what could go
Right,
wrong?
what could go wrong? The top search result sponsored.
That's fine.
Sponsored by China. That's what it was. Okay, all right. Back on track, guys. Back on track. Putt says 38-22 Pistons in the second quarter was the score. Woo! Wow.
That's a comeback.
Wow. Don't call it a
They
comeback.
might have been down by more than 15.
It might have been.
been here
It might
for
have been
years.
17 or something.
Calling the masters
This is the
of facts,
trivia deal?
sultans of
Yeah,
stats,
I'll do it on
and
paper.
czars of
I give up.
knowledge
You still
that
can't do it?
is learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
Wow, I'm way out of order here. Gonna find this question. Okay, here we go. Numbers guys trivia. Hey, if everybody gets it right, I got to buy the beer. If nobody gets it right, I got to buy the beer. If just one person gets it wrong, then they are buying the beer next week. Although we don't seem to even care about that. We just all buy beer every week now.
I got a backup beer for next
That's fine. We got beer for next week already. Here it is. As a National Basketball League, an NBL team, where were the Detroit Pistons originally located? City, you don't have to really put the state in there, just the city. As a National Basketball League team, NBL, as it was called, where were the Detroit Pistons originally located?
Detroit basketball.
Yeah. Here, check this out. Detroit basketball. Is that cool or no? Not cool.
Is that your karaoke?
I got
mic?
my karaoke. Oh yeah. Speaking of, while you guys are thinking about that, hold on a second here.
I'll just give you my answer.
Yeah, you can just give it to us at the end. It's still not working. Are you putting an S after the HTTP?
I give up.
There's got to be. Gagu, one of our biggest fans, throws out a karaoke mic for me because I like to karaoke and I like microphones. So you put them together.
Gee whiz.
All me right here. I might use this next week.
I thought our rendition of Wonderwall last week was
I
spot
thought
on.
it was pretty good.
I wasn't
What did you
there
guys
for
do?
that.
Wonderwall. Yeah, you left early. Yeah, Wonderwall. After all, okay, we're not going to do that again.
Where'd you guys sing that at?
The Wellington.
The Wellington Pub.
Oh, they actually let you go up on stage?
Yeah.
Wow.
It says
It's
sing.
not really a stage per se.
Nah,
It's
it's
like
just
a center area.
yeah, an area that they've demarked.
It's not elevated.
Demarcated. It says sing karaoke with star effects. I could certainly use star effects. So I haven't even opened this yet, but I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll try it. I'm going to see if
Star
this.
FX.
Can I make this work?
Was
right
that
now?
part of George Lucas's big
I think yeah, it was one of those. What's the name of that?
Star FX? I believe
It was Star Effects. That was the name of it.
I don't think so.
Is that
I don't think it. No, it sounds wrong.
That
That sounds wrong. Hey, College Football Joe. By the way, early shout out to College Football Joe who provided the inspiration for the I Love New Torque T-shirts, which are going to be taking the world by storm. Uncle Vinny
Are they
already
available on our
wants.
website?
No,
Probably my least
No.
favorite monkey.
Uncle Vinny's shirt wants to say, "I love small balls," because he likes.
he's a big fan of the small.
He
ball.
loves small
Yeah, he likes
ball.
small ball.
Those
So
bunting.
I love small balls.
No
That's
bunting.
for sure.
But I will say, Uncle Vince, who's actually never really watched the show,
Which is a
he
shame.
asked me like, "How'd the show go?" It's like, well, you could have just watched it.
You can tune in.
It is available, free of charge, even. Vince.
I'll send him the link. I'll write it down for him.
Yeah, write it down for him. But he wants me to get one of these for Susie.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool. So if anybody else wants one, I'll tell you what. If anybody else wants one, because I buy these the shirts. I don't actually make the shirts themselves.
You buy them at
I don't
bulk?
sew these. But
Do you have the Major League approval to put that Old English D on?
I don't think this requires. I think this is a.
Is that not trademark?
No, I don't think that's trademark.
It's an old
just
Scottish
an Old English D.
Old Scottish D.
Oh, it's the Old Scottish D. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did they ever bring back the? Remember, there was a controversy about them dropping the Old English D that was on the jersey versus the D that was on the hat. The hat is the
They
one
brought
that
it back.
was.
Yeah, they brought that back. That was an issue for a while though, because they used to have the D with the tiger coming through it.
Yes.
Right in the 90s, 2000s. That was gay.
That was,
That was gay. Yeah,
that was like
stupid.
the Pistons with the horse.
Could that be the worst when they went teal? Could that be? And I like
teal.
teal. I like teal
Teal
as a
Pistons
color.
was pretty gay.
What's the horse's name?
I don't know.
Hooper.
Hoopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
Yeah?
too gimmicky. In
What
the
did they do
90s.
with
Hooper's the
Hooper?
mascot.
Is Hooper
I don't
dead?
think- No, Hooper. We've already talked about this, Richard. Hooper's the
Who the hell
mascot.
is Hooper?
At least the Red Wings, they've been traditionalists. They stuck with their guns.
Yeah, let's see how that's working for him.
Yeah, it's working out well.
Yeah, maybe they should change it. Get some teal uniforms and
GM's
see if
up there
Grant Hill wants to go
whining.
play for him.
Maybe they should wear teal jerseys.
What was I saying? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. since I'm going to make 2 of these in a large, one for Aunt Susie, and I'm going to have an extra, not an extra large, but I'll have an extra space large shirt size available. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
2 larges.
Oh, 2
extra
large. Yeah, that's the
that
best
happen
way
to
to
be
put that.
larges.
Yeah, so if you wear a large, comment in the first one to comment. I will give you a I Heart New Torque.
How about I Heart Javi Baez?
You know, in the late '80s, I believe MTV came up with a new Monkeys show.
Oh, they did. I remember.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
I don't
Fucking
think it made
terrible.
it. I don't know if it ever made it.
No.
2 episodes.
It was like, yeah, they got the pilot done, and people are like, no thanks. No Peter Tork. No Mickey Dolans. No Mike Nesmith. No Davy Jones.
You got them all.
I got them all.
The
Named
original
good.
Monkey Show was pretty good, though.
Peter Tork,
Oh, I
though.
loved it. I loved it.
After a Brady Bunch,
It was on Nick at Night. That was the first, I think,
I
chance.
used to watch that on Channel 20.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I did not know
Do you
that.
think Grant Hill missed his time with the Pistons?
Grant Hill is a money-grubbing...
Do you think he's sentimental?
SOB.
You know what? It was funny that I was listening the other day, and Grant Hill said, "You know what? When I was there, they had a horse on the jersey."
He was there. He was there during the gimmicky times.
He was there during
It
the.
has to do with horsepower, I believe.
He was overhyped buffoon.
You know,
He was a good player. He just didn't have anybody with
he
him.
almost averaged a triple-double.
He was a fine player.
Last week, fucked around and got a triple-double.
He
If he
wasn't
would have
as good
stayed
as...
long enough, him and Leitner could have teamed up on the Pistons.
He wasn't as good as the combination of Ben Wallace and Chucky Atkins,
No.
Well,
who they signed.
Chauncey Billups.
The stutter on the wrong letter, pal.
Did I?
Like it was
Oh, my
There
bad.
you go. You got it.
I'm a little deep into Manhattan.
you got to remember, we got the grammar police here.
That's true. Jim really wanted to start the show right. I thought he was going to start it off with the final countdown.
That would have been great. All right, Pistons are coming back on.
Makes
Putts
sense.
in the chat. He says Dale Dubb, a big fan of Hooper. Actually, Dale Dubb was.
Did you Dale like it?
Yeah, liking the Hooper, liking the changes.
Hoopers.
He's a pretty progressive guy, Dale
I
Dubb.
think back in the day they used to try to get him to do like fun dunks. You remember when the mascots
Yeah.
used to jump off the trampoline?
Off the
Yeah, he
trampolines,
did.
man.
He
Yeah.
did do some of that stuff.
Yeah, the Hornets, right? Then the gorilla from the Suns. The Suns, why they would have a gorilla, I don't know.
That
but,
doesn't make sense.
Probably
That
the
doesn't make
greatest,
sense.
maybe one of the all-time greatest mascots.
I mean,
Yeah, but they had no
it's up there.
Relevance.
There was
To the,
a gorilla and sons with what's the combo?
Yeah, it's like the chicken from the San Diego Padres, right?
Right? Sure.
I like,
Well, no,
I like the Philly,
the chicken
Philly
wing.
Fanatics, my
The
favorite.
fanatic.
Yeah, and then there's
At least he makes sense.
I know you're gonna bring up Grimy. Is that the
Onyx?
the Flyers.
yeah?
That guy's goofy, dude. Philly just has goofy stuff, dude.
Oh, what is the?
I called
is
him
it-
Grimy, but I don't think that's right.
No, it's
But he's a weird mother effer.
yeah. He like throws his belly at people and stuff.
Yeah,
like
what is his name, Jimmy?
Sorry, dozed off for a second. What?
Son of a gun.
We're
What were we
talking
saying?
mascots here.
We're talking Philly
the
mascot.
Philadelphia
the
Flyers,
Flyers?
Mascot.
I don't know the mascot for the Flyers.
Putt, if
I'm
you're
sorry.
out there,
yeah, Putter. He probably knows
It's
that.
not Grimace.
It's kind of a
That's
No,
McDonald's.
we're
Grimace,
honestly you're
not
on
Hamburg.
the right track though. Grimace is a great mascot.
Pistons are back on. By the way, let me just do this real quick. Of course, we just bullshitted through the entire intermission there, where we could have been doing other things like progressing the show here. But we're going to do a quick victory lap for our NFL draft prowess. That's right. We used Gill's formula for the NCAA. We used that other guy's formula for the Masters. And now we use this formula, our formula, actually, mine, but we'll call it ours, for the
Royal Hour.
It's a Royal Hour for the draft. And here's how we did. JFC, we were 7 out of 10. Of course, we had Ward going first, Hunter going second, Carter going third. But where it got interesting, as Rich pointed out last week, is Campbell, Graham, Genty, and Membu going 4, 5, 6, 7, respectively. The only one, the only ones we didn't get were the last three. So
I'll tell you what, you had to feel like you were screwed over if you were number 10 too, because 10 was a slam dunk. But yeah, Jim, if we always just listen to our own selves here, we'd be some rich cats.
We'd be
around
rich.
here.
We'd be like Elihu. And here's what would happen. If you just flat stake that and you put
Well-
one unit on each, guess what? You made 7.35 units
Well,
Wow.
Just good at giving people money.
just by flat staking what we told you. So next year, I'm going to do that again.
Flat steak.
And I'm going to bet it next year when we do this.
That's
Flat iron stake.
Flat iron
It's
steak.
some sort of a composite rating, I believe you do there, Jimmy.
I'm going to call it the JT of the numbers guys composite. The index, the JT index
Does
of
that
the numbers
count on
guys.
your spreadsheet picks?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. No, I can't count that. It's not fair. But yeah, so we did really well. So I wanted to do a quick victory lap for the numbers guys. Yet again, 3 in a row for things like this that we've just killed it on.
It's helpful.
None of which is really our own stuff, but that's
next
okay.
next time, bet it, people. Bet that.
Hey, half the battle is finding the right people to listen to.
Are you going
sometimes.
to be an originator? You don't need to be an originator.
I originate women's tennis, which you're going to see later on tonight. I got a lot of tennis picks tonight.
Exciting. I'm going to put my picks in at a time when it's going to make you most inconvenienced.
Did you do picks yet, you son of a bitch? Man,
Sorry.
there's literally like 120 graphics stored here that I have to go through then to find where your picks are.
I'll just play it cool then.
All right, yeah. Keep it chill. Keep it chill. What else we got? We got, oh, I know what we got. This is always a good time.
That numbers guys fans sliding into our DMs. Is it a
That's my favorite part.
to chat about his PMs? Or for Dubs to tell us he's a hilltop man. Maybe it's for JT from the Proud Boys clan. It could be for Richie. Queens bar is where
I
you'll
gotta get
see
there
him.
soon.
You'll never know what we get. Sliding into our DMs. Sliding into our DMs.
And by the way, that single also for sale on the Numbers Guys website. Sliding into
99
our
cents
DMs.
download.
So, Elihu knows we have a huge social media presence on Twitter, also known as X, now known as X. That's why he responded to us, to D-Dub, who slid into his DMs. He's like, fuck, finally the Numbers Guys. They're calling.
He's been waiting. He's
Been waiting for this. So, by the way, shout out early to D-Dub for arranging that.
Thank
That was
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
That guy he's a legend. A legend.
I was going to say it myself, but it would have sounded like bragging.
No, that was great. Really do appreciate that. As the rest of these guys should. So anyway, we got a big social media presence. D-Dub handles it. We get DMs occasionally. He's going to read some of them now.
Yeah, well, we lost power yesterday. I would probably have more.
Yeah.
But, it's been 1 full year since Tones on the street.
Yeah, it's been a full freaking year.
Reminding
I tried to get
you,
them out there today.
to go back to Ohio.
Listen, if the Stones go to round 2, we're going to go down there, right?
I'll go down.
We'll go down
Sure.
for a game.
Go see the Seas.
I'll do some interviewing.
That's from
people
Anonymously
from Boston to go
Anonymous.
Go back to
Bastille
New
Day.
York.
Bastille Day for the win. At Getty's Child.
Oh, no. I knew that was going to be a Canuck that would have said something like that. A lot of Rush on the show the last 2 episodes.
I love Rush.
I do too.
Too many notes for my
Overrated.
liking. That's from Piper at Gates of Dawn. Get off my lawn.
He chimed back
Again.
in about Lifeson versus...
Too many notes. For
Too many
his-
notes.
for
That's
his
true.
liking.
Lifeson does these versus Gilmore's just like a... Okay.
Will you be changing sliding into Tone's BMs now that he's not talking about it? Now that he's not talking about it,
Do you miss it already? I can bring it back.
Now that he's not talking about it, his BMs.
I retired my bowels, but I could bring it out of retirement.
That's from Matt Storm. That must have
I
been-
don't think I'm going to redo it. No, I don't think I'm going to redo it.
Miss it. Mama Midwest was happy I'm retiring the bowel movement.
I think, yeah, there's probably some people that are happy about that. Probably some people that aren't happy about that, but you can't please everybody, Tones, right?
It's tough. It's like politics. My bowels are like politics.
Politics? Did you say politics?
You're not gonna. It's like Bollywood and politics. You can't make everybody happy. So.
D-Dub, who do you like this week? Golf.
Oh,
That's from PGA PGS.
Scotty.
Scotty, I don't think Scotty is play this week because at this point, because of the
Well, then you
the
just don't bet.
constrictions of the show, it's minus 140 or minus 150. He shot a 10 under par today, putting him in a 1-stroke lead. And but I would look forward to do a little futures bet maybe. Scotty in the PGA. He's rounding.
Weak.
He's rounding into form, and you can get him right now at DraftKings for 5-1.
I like it.
Also at Caesars 5-1. Don't go to FanDuel. It's like 4.5.
Don't do it.
Same thing with MGM. So DraftKings,
Is
Caesars.
that the next major?
Yep, 2 weeks, I believe. Not next week, but the week after.
I'm 7 again.
You remember a few years ago they moved the PGA up. It used to be in the
It used to be
August.
August.
So
Now it's like Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, it's the second. Well, is that right?
Yeah.
Did they move the U.S. Open? Because the U.S. Open, didn't that used to always fall on
Don't think so.
Father's Day?
No, because British Open was in July, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
don't know when the U.S. Open is. But I'm pretty sure the PGA is on Father's Day now.
Oh.
And the
Is that
reason I know
Father's
that is because it's on the same time that they run the Michigan 500. That's always on Father's Day as well.
I think all of that is wrong, but we'll go with that.
We'll go with it.
And that concludes.
Nice way of telling me I'm wrong.
Sliding into my
Concludes this week's episode of
Where are all my fans at?
Sliding into
Took the week off.
I thought, didn't you have one? The first one was that towards Rich or no?
No.
No.
I
I'm
think
sorry,
that was
maybe not.
Anthony related.
That was all Anthony related.
That's good.
Tom's
I
had a lot of
started.
fans.
I started just deleting the ones that were related to Rich.
That's probably a good policy. A lot of insults.
A lot of hurtful
Somebody said
things
last
that I
week that
don't-
they hate your name, which is a
I'm
weird thing
pretty
to say.
popular in
People
the gay
say-
community, though.
No, you
say-
are.
I have a voice.
Rich is a popular gay name, right?
I think so.
Oh, what am I missing here? Okay, we did trivia.
Well,
we did the,
that was something that
It's affiliated with Dick, which all gays like.
Jimmy.
oh, come on now.
Something that Norm Macdonald said was about his name. You know, like it's like you like in Psycho. It's like a sort of like a. And then there was like Peyton's Place or something. It's sort of like a homosexual side character.
Is that allowed, are we allowed to say homosexual?
Named Norm?
I think so.
Wait, you can say homosexual.
That was a lot of build up for Norm for not a laugh.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm sorry.
The name Norm, like in Psycho, Norm, the guy is
name is
sort of
Norm?
homosexual seeming.
Because he dresses like his mom.
Oh, yeah, Norman Bates.
Norman Bates.
Norman
And
Bates,
then
yeah.
in Peyton's Place, I guess there was a gay character named Norm.
Okay.
We had a debate in our group text today. Is my two dads gay?
No,
not
they
at
weren't
all.
gay. They
How
were,
about Perfect Strangers? Were they
Don't
gay?
be ridiculous, Stones.
But they were cousins, though.
That was
They
a
were-
bad belt.
So that would have
Third
been
cousins,
That would have
though.
been gay incest.
he was from the
you can get with your
Cossacks.
third cousin. It's no problem. No blood issues there. Trust me.
I was thinking of moving to Meatpost. With Ellen.
Meepos.
Ellen and
Where was
Rosie.
that? Where's that supposed to be from? Where was Meepos?
They didn't ever give a
The
location.
Cossacks.
I don't know. What is that?
That's part of Russia where they wear like those pants made of like burlap sack.
I would have guessed in the Balkans.
Okay.
The Balkans.
Somewhere in the
Meepos.
Balkans.
Because his name
Meepos.
was Balky.
I think maybe that's why. I think maybe that's why Tones inferred that.
Larry, he was straight as an arrow.
He was nice hair. That guy.
I love
He's like
Larry.
He
a white
had, he
afro.
had the hair of a gay man, though.
I love Larry.
Those guys pulled some
Really?
pretty.
He had a perm.
I think that was just his. I thought he had natural curl.
I just wish
I think he was closet.
Okay.
as a group after like 2 years that we had a dance like they did, like they came up with.
Oh yeah,
No, we don't have that
We
yet.
don't have that.
No.
I was part of TGIF. I don't think
he worked for the Apple, the Chicago, the paper.
Paper, yes.
It wasn't the Apple. It was the
Wasn't that.
Chicago. Can't remember. And didn't Bulky work in the mailroom?
Sure,
Yeah,
I'll buy that for a
I think
dollar.
that was it. Yeah.
That's where they met all the chicks.
Cousin Larry Appleton.
What was he in,
bad,
Jimmy?
not bad.
Beverly Hills Cop or something?
Oh yeah, Balky. He was in Beverly Hills Cops. He was Serge.
he was-
Serge.
He came out of that white hot. He got Perfect Strangers.
Yeah. Then after that, the guy went off the deep end and never been seen again.
I
Like
started
Judge
watching
Reinhold.
White Lotus. I started watching
Yeah.
White
Yeah. No,
Lotus
that's
on
another
your
one. That's
recommendation.
another one.
Yes, White Lotus, HBO,
the
Max.
Sicilian one in Italy.
How about The Last of Us?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah. Check them out.
Talk
Neighbor
about
Greg
gay.
Neighbor Greg was watching that right
Talking
now.
about gay.
No,
There's no
But-
people left.
you didn't tell me this. You know who's in there? You didn't tell me this.
Oh, yes. Goodfellas?
No.
Spider?
Uncle fucking Rico is in
Yes.
White Lotus.
That's right.
Uncle Rico.
Wow.
Uncle Rico's in White Lotus.
He's in fucking White Lotus.
It's-
It's the Sicilian one.
Is that the one
Shit.
with Sydney Sweeney?
No, that's the first season, but yeah, same show.
I thought she was in all of them.
No.
White Lotus. Jennifer
No.
Coolidge?
I was
Yeah,
like,
Jennifer Coolidge is the one that says, I gotta go pee real bad.
She's also a big Discover
I
card
haven't
fan.
seen Uncle Rico since fucking Napoleon.
And then she gets her hair done and she goes,
Yeah, that's right.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
oh
but
my God, Stifler's mom? Got it
Oh,
going
Stifler's
on?
mom. Okay, yeah. I gotcha. Putt in the chat says he thinks Bulky was bi-curious.
He could have been. He was
Definitely.
searching.
But it was a cultural thing.
I
Might
think
have
it
been
could be.
acceptable in meat
Yeah.
posts. I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows? Before we get into the next beer, we have more beers to drink, more Pistons to watch. This is going to be longer than I anticipated. I saw this online. It's not really a hot topic, but I don't know if you guys saw this. Have you guys seen this graphic for the most popular beers by state?
Neighbor
buy
Stacy
this.
would
Not recently.
wildly agree with
No.
this.
I'll buy
now,
this for a second.
It's not based on sales. It's based on search. So on search popularity, what are people looking for? What are they interested in?
Who the fuck is looking for Coors?
Neighbor
Apparently in
Stacy.
Michigan, it's Coors.
Neighbor Stacy's
Why
all
do you-
fucking course.
It's Coors.
Like,
She probably skewed the number.
oh, I can't go anywhere unless they have a Coors. Like, come on.
But you know what's interesting to me is Anheuser-Busch products. So you got Bud Light in North Carolina there. You got Coronas up here in the, what do you call that?
Wait a
What's the
second.
word I'm looking for?
Wait a second here.
Yeah.
You got Budweiser.
Right?
You got Busch. You got Bud Light.
Right.
But you only have Coors. There's no Coors Light?
Nah, I don't know. If,
That ain't right.
Falls
hey,
under the
listen, this
same-
came from Visual Capitalist, so we got to give them some credit.
How
for
can you
putting this
have
together.
Budweiser and Bud Light but not have...
No, that's a good point. I don't
Their
think it
name
really
is
fucking matters.
capitalist. I believe them. So.
I thought what's interesting though in Colorado, Blue Moon is what our people. That's what
Yeah,
people are looking
That
for.
sounds
Which,
hogwash.
which court
I think
should
this
be blue in Colorado, right?
That's
Yeah, well,
I
that's
think,
the-
yeah.
Coors is Coors owns Blue Moon. So to me, this is just people looking for employment.
No, yeah, searching for employment for Coors in Michigan,
in Missouri,
fucking-
you're looking at Budweiser.
You think this is all undocumented Mexicans looking at this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on. Like, why else would you look at why is Missouri Budweiser? Because it's probably the biggest employer in Missouri.
probably because it's brewed there in Missouri. And it's like the
Exactly.
biggest
So
beer.
there's jobs available. Like, why else
don't
would
think
you?
it's jobs,
Why
though. I
would you
think they're
look at
just-
a beer online? Except if you're looking at weird beers like we do.
I mean, listen, I don't know their methodology here.
When's the last time you Googled Miller?
Never.
Exactly.
I guess I never Googled.
But I'll
Miller.
Google.
Except when they had those 2 Miller Lite.
I'll
I'm a
Google
little
old
different while
fashioned
they-
bells, though.
Yeah, I Googled that.
I searched Genesee Cream Ale.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
coming up. Probably the best beer we're ever gonna have.
I agree. Like, only
Rich, I think you're wrong here.
Okay.
I don't think that everybody in like
Wouldn't
the
be you're not the
flyover
first person to
part
tell
of
me
the
that.
country is Googling Miller for jobs. I'm sorry, I don't think that's
jobs.
right.
Why are they?
Like, God, if I
Googling
could just get a job at Miller, said somebody in
They
Kansas,
might be a big
probably not.
distributor across the north.
No, I don't think so.
This segment's brought to you by LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Monster.com. Okay, so then you got New York, Heineken.
Heineken in New York?
Heineken.
That's weird.
You got Florida, Heineken.
That's so weird.
You got the state of Connecticut, that little tiny state, and I'm sorry, just Connecticut, Corona. You got New Jersey, Guinness. My goodness, my Guinness. Also,
Irish.
South Carolina and Georgia, surprisingly, both Guinness is the number one searched for beer.
Terrible.
Okay, well,
You tell me don't drink and travel. Say, what is this?
so
Pass
I-
me the Heineken and mind your damn
mind
business.
your business.
I'm surprised Ohio and North Carolina have been conservative leading states searching for Bud Light. That doesn't
Job market.
That's a good point.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
it's all
make
about the job market there, as Rich would tell you. They're all like, I heard there's some
You can
good
laugh if you want.
Bud
I'm
Light
going to
jobs.
tell you why Missouri is.
Jobs,
Why is that the only state
jobs.
that's Budweiser then?
Because that's the home of Budweiser. It's the most popular
The
beer
king
in
of
that
beers?
state. It's the king of beers.
So why do they need
Did
to
you not see
Google
Bu-
search it then?
Did you not see?
They know all about it. Their parents have been working in the factory. It's like, what's that show? Where they worked in the
Did
beer
you not
factory.
see Bar Rescue episode
Laverne and
75 when they were in Missouri? They made a
Where'd Laverne
Budweiser
and Shirley
themed bar.
work?
'cause
Miller
that's what the
Lite
people love
Factory?
it. Oh, that's
Shamil Shamazel.
Hassenpfeffer.
Hassan. Okay, so is Miller Lite Wisconsin? Because that's
No. Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
Yet Coors is not Colorado.
Well,
No,
but Blue
Blue
Moon
Moon.
is, though. They own Blue Moon.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you 100%
We have a Blue
sure?
Moon can right here.
I really thought that was Anheuser-Busch.
No, it's distributed by Coors.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to look it up.
Well, we have a can. Like, it's literally in the show.
Well, it doesn't say like brewed at Coors Brewery.
Yeah,
but I
it
think
says
actually I
Golden,
think you're right.
Colorado, doesn't it?
Well, there's probably a lot of fucking places in Golden, Colorado, Rich.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't mean-
Because, you know, Coors set up a factory there, so everybody sets up a factory.
Yes. And plus, that's why people are looking for employment in Colorado. So they go to
They go to Blue
They
Moon.
search Blue Moon.
I got to give Rich a credit for having an original thought for once.
No, that's unique. I'll give him that.
Okay, Dubs.
But I don't know if that's right. I just don't think
I
that's
like
right.
that though. That's pretty interesting.
That's like saying that the people in Florida are looking for Heineken jobs. I don't think they're like I'm gonna go to Amsterdam and get a fucking job at Heineken.
I bet you Amsterdam, the most searched job is Heineken.
Well, the most searched job, but that's not what this is. This is the most
searched
searched
beer.
I went to the Heineken brewery in Amsterdam.
Thank you, Tones.
you did?
I did
When were you in Amsterdam?
20 years ago this year.
Oh,
You
Red
and
Light
John
District?
Travolta.
No, cousin Jimmy.
Oh,
We went backpacking.
I bet that was a hell of a trip.
That was a hell of a trip. We still talk about it when we see each other.
Get some
all the time.
motorbikes?
No, I
Did,
did.
man.
I did weed brownies, and I was fucked up to all hell.
Did you see the 7 layers of hell?
I saw 7 layers of the Red Lake District.
Something about the canals there. There's a system of
Yeah, I walked,
channels that.
I walked by the canals. Yeah, looking at chicks and the red lights. It was good times.
Speaking of, we accidentally watched part of Hangover Part 2 this week. Me and Mrs. Midwest.
She belongs to Bangkok now.
Fuck, that movie sucks. But
That's terrible. Three's not
it's
bad.
It's
but
horrible. Yeah, second one's the worst.
It's just like a repeat of the first, right?
It is, except it's in Bangkok. And they kept saying, well, Bangkok's got him/her now. And Tones, you remember this? Me, you, Mrs. Tones, and Mrs. Midwest saw that together for the first time in the theater.
We did
2.
The second one.
the
yeah.
second one.
Yeah.
We did, yes.
Some people seen Office Space, and some people saw Hangover 2.
I
Bangkok.
think I trade. Yeah. Bangkok's got him now.
Bangkok.
Yeah. Terrible. Movie.
Terrible.
That may be one of the worst follow-ups because that movie was so good. The first one.
first
The
one.
Mummy 2 was pretty bad.
Mummy.
Well, that means you have the
I
Mummy
saw
1
the
in the
original
highest
Mummy
esteem.
in the theaters.
The Mummy 1 was a great movie.
That was a good one.
I mean, I think it was good, but was it as good as The Hangover? Do you
was
think?
up there.
No.
Was it up there?
It was up there for action
No.
90s movies.
I mean, I don't know. To me, The Hangover Part 1 was like one of the greatest movies, comedy-wise, of all time.
That was
right?
way better, but I mean, that was just, that was 10, 15 years later.
True. That's
10
true.
years. Maybe.
Okay, you got the Hangover.
Yeah.
You got Old School,
That was a great one.
Old school's up
Step
there.
Brothers.
Oh, that's funny.
Which one are you choosing out of those 3?
Hangover.
Old school. Old school.
That's a good one, too.
Old school.
It's hard.
I don't know. I might say Step Brothers.
Step Brothers
I'd
is
probably
great.
go with the Hangover.
Yeah.
I think old school is fucking
Richie?
funny.
Out of those, I'm going to go old school.
I mean, those are kind of the 3 best, aren't they? I mean, off the top of my head.
I mean, you got a lot of Adam
Napoleon
Sandler's you're missing
Dynamite.
here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, we got Billy Madison,
Yeah.
1975 Jack Nicholson, or
Goldie Hawn.
I'll tell you what, though, I could respect any of those choices. You know, if you were to say either one of those, I wouldn't disagree with you. They're all great, right?
I feel like they're all within 5 years of each other or whatever, something like that.
How about Employee of the Month?
Oh,
That's a
man.
good one.
That way, if I would have included 4, that would have been.
Imagine that. Gate balls.
Well, if you're putting that, then
Dodgeball.
Superbad's got to be in there. Or
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball's pretty good.
Yeah, Dodgeball's
I don't
pretty
think
good.
Dodgeball's on the same level as those 3.
Anchorman, the original.
Anchorman's
But if
great.
you can dodge a
Wrench.
wrench,
You can dodge a ball, man. Yeah. I think
Anchorman is very underrated. I love that movie.
I thought that was a little too silly for my liking. But,
I like when the bear rips off the guy's arm again. I can't stop laughing at that. God damn it!
What about the one with Norm? The Saigon Horror with Chris Farley.
That was Dirty
Work.
That-
That was earlier.
That was a little earlier.
That was earlier, but that is one of the funniest movies
That's
of all time.
my 16-year-old son's favorite movie.
That should be. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you gotta raise him. You
Norm
gotta
is
raise him right.
all-timer.
You gotta raise him right.
I agree.
Parenting
I agree.
is,
I think, in fact, next year
it
at this
starts at
time,
home.
that's going to be. I'm just going to put it on loop until he puts down the phone, stops playing Minecraft, and watches Dirty Work. I think that's fair.
Wedding Crashers. Someone just chimed in.
That's a good one.
That's a
That's
really
a good one.
That's a
Pretty
solid
good.
movie.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's pretty good. Like that one. Speaking of pretty good, that's a Who reference. Could be. Did you know that I was at?
I did know.
Did you
that,
know?
Only because you texted me.
Right.
I don't think you told us ahead of time though. You were kind of keeping that
I
one.
kept it. I didn't want you guys to come
Secret.
along. I didn't want to be like,
Yeah.
okay, well, buy me tickets or something. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So, this weekend, me and the missus, as we say, we went to a place in Rochester, Michigan. So if you guys are local, you might know about this. It's called the Roxy.
First I'd ever heard of it.
Did you see
Been
Sponge?
there for a while, right?
No, but Sponge is coming, dude. Sponge is
I saw that
coming.
was coming. I thought it was going to be Sponge.
I'll go see Sponge. But what I really want to go see is a band. Fucking Jesus. Hold on.
Hey.
I got to redo
Whoa.
this. Sorry.
You sound like you're plowed.
Your
Plowed
mom is
into the
watching.
Hey, that's a
crowd.
Sponge
That's a
reference.
good.
Hold on.
In a world of human wreckage.
Son of a bitch.
A world
If only Molly could hear you.
of human
Thing
wreckage.
is overheating.
And
Here we go. So I wanted to say Teenage Wasteland. Teenage Wasteland. This is going to be a Who cover band. Anyway, this place, they have cover bands. It's a really nice place. So if you're near Metro Detroit and you want to have a good time, you want to get a bucket of beer, which is 6 big beers for $45 while you're watching the show.
$45.
Yeah.
Are they
Is it Coors
19.2?
Light?
No, they have Coronas. They have...
Heineken? Miller Lite?
They definitely have Miller Lite. They ran out of Mick Ultra.
That's too bad.
I had what's the original pale ale? Sierra Nevada. I had Sierra Nevada.
Oh, wow.
Solid.
6 for $45 while you're sitting there watching some really entertaining shit in a cool place, by the way. So Teenage Wasteland. This is going to be a Who
Andy Benito.
tribute. I mean, to me, it looks like the Who. I'd say from right to left, that would be right would be Keith Moon. Then you're moving on. Is that supposed to be Pete Townsend?
I think that's Raj with the blonde hair.
Oh,
up
it's definitely
front.
Raj with the blonde hair. And then John Entwistle possibly on the left there. I guess. I don't think they look much like the Who, even though it says that in all caps, Teenage Wasteland is the best,
The Ox.
but also the most organic tribute to the Who in the world. 4 musicians that look, sound, maybe, and feel, I'm not going to touch them, like the 4 distinct members of the Who. No props, no wigs, no gimmicks, just straight up rock and roll. So I'm going to be there. I'll also be at the Hilltop Bar too. What the fuck? But I'm going to be there. I don't know if these guys can come.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. I got to make sure my calendar will allow for it.
Yeah, May 17th.
Yeah.
So come out and party with Mr. Midwest.
I think K-Dub is interested in going.
I'm sure he would be. Who didn't want to see a Who? I'm telling you, the Michael Jackson band, that's what we saw. It was a Michael Jackson tribute band. Then these people tour. It's not just like some
Okay.
guys from Rochester.
Yeah.
It was incredible. It was great.
I saw your you showed us a video that was pretty wild.
Oh,
That
it was
pretty,
great.
pretty spot on.
How much ahead of time you got to buy tickets for these events?
It's
We
interesting.
should probably do that because I'm going to put this back up here. There's a Fleetwood Mac band, Rumors,
Sure.
sold out. Sold out the night
damn.
before. Wow. However, you can go see a CCR band that are still available.
That's American Beatles.
I like CCR, but I like the Who. Obviously, one of my favorite bands
Yeah.
of all time. So,
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good time. I called K-Dub and I said, hey, we might have baseball because it's on the calendar that we have baseball in the evening. But I think it's just a placeholder, meaning I think the games might actually be earlier on in the day.
yeah, if you're done by like 6, then just shoot right over to Rochester.
I asked him, I said, well, maybe you'd be interested in seeing Teenage Wasteland.
Teenage Wasteland.
And he said he might have baseball too, but oh yeah, he said.
Who wouldn't?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like the Kool-Aid Man.
he said he didn't want to know what that was a reference to, Teenage Wasteland.
He doesn't need to because you know when you hear Teenage Wasteland, it's going to be a Who tribute band.
He said,
right?
are
Teenage
they
Wasteland.
talking about Baba O'Reilly?
That's right. Anyway,
So-
Teenage Wasteland.
Teenage.
Sing it, Tones.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
Is that featured a lot in American Beauty?
Are they fucking vacuuming again over the other
There's a
studio?
little vacuuming going
They
on.
need to like respect our privacy over here.
Put the dice in the way.
Don't they know who we are?
Right.
Thursday night, I guess
Right.
it's when your carpets get the dirtiest.
I guess so.
Sort of.
Man. What else do we got? We did DMs. We did the draft. We did Hot Topic. Man, we cleared the board. All we got left here, guys, is Pistons down by 10. And what is it? Oh, it's this. Okay, it's this. I'm going to take this camera off me while I find it. Shit.
These are the top picks.
All right, these are the
Oh, we
top.
missed out.
Are we doing anything with the Jennies or
With the what?
the Jenny?
Oh, we got more beer. Yeah, let's do that. Okay,
We got more
actually,
beer?
We got 2 more.
What?
Yeah. Hold on a
more.
second. Just because.
Oh, boy.
Just because. I
Call
love
the
this.
Uber.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers, guys.
And we're back in Studio 8B. I will do that too. No, it's in here. It's in here.
These guys, this is like one of your favorites, isn't it?
It's a value play.
I
There you
thought,
go.
don't you guys always have trouble finding this stuff?
That's interesting. The
boy.
The other beer.
Oh.
I'll get them
Jalen
after this.
flopped again.
I'm sorry. I thought you maybe wanted to get it out now.
No.
I got too much going on.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm happy to share this this beer. This is a beer that takes me back to my youth. Me and D-Dub, actually. We shared a 30-pack of this beer in the past, but we were probably much younger than we are today. A little less wrinkled, a little less gray hair.
1994.
It's been a long time, man.
1990. Well, what was
But
that?
I stumbled across it again,
Prince sung about 99.
and it's a good
7,
one.
I think.
It's a good one. So this is Genesee Cream Ale. You might call it the Jenny Cream. It was introduced in 1960.
Wow.
Yeah. And the whole idea was make a beer that is smooth like a lager, but crisp like an ale. That's what Jenny did. They're out of New York, by the way. This is 5.1 alcohol by volume. Does it say it? No, I think it's 5.1. 5.2 maybe.
5.1.
5.1. I did my homework. Unlike Elihu. Man, I feel like a real fucking doofus. I didn't know what to say to the guy.
What the
that's
frick
all right.
is this?
Yeah.
You did fine.
Yeah, I think we did okay. All right. So anyway, it's a cream ale. It's going to be creamy tasting. I think it's pretty good.
Bleh, bleh.
Go ahead.
Whoa. A little unexpected disapproval.
What? Are you serious, Tones?
It's bad, guys.
This is disgusting.
You guys are like reliving your 90 glory days drinking this shit.
I'm not gonna dive into this. It doesn't deserve my opinion.
This is the most easy drinking, just enjoyable beer you'll ever
This is
have.
this
I
is
think.
a 1.9.
It's
Are you kidding me?
2-2.
No, you guys are just conspiring to.
Tell him a little
There's
about
no
it.
way.
There's
Tell
not.
him
This
a
is
little about it, Jimmy.
this is more of your glory hole days.
I
This is
rather
nothing,
I rather tongue my abscess than this. Than drink this.
I'm not sure.
nothing good about this, boys.
What's the price point, Jimmy?
Bleh.
Okay, so you get a 30 pack for about $19.
I don't care if they dropped a crate for free in my driveway. I'll tell them return to sender.
Yeah, 'cause
You're
you
not.
have to pay
Are
the
you fucking
tariffs on
serious?
this thing.
You seriously don't like this?
This is disgusting.
It's brewed in New York.
I don't care where it's brewed.
What don't you like
They
about
should
it?
shut
Tones?
it
I think
down.
that's Jimmy's argument. It's
They
pretty New
should
York.
shut it
Well,
down.
it's like,
like
oh,
Bar
send it back
Rescue.
to China.
Shut it
There's no
down.
tariffs on this. It's in New York.
It's the fourth most beer in New York.
Right.
What if I was to tell you that they employ 700 folks in upstate New York?
I'd rather suck on a tampon.
Would that
than
interest
drink
you,
this.
Rich?
I think I'd order hams before this thing came along. Through.
This tastes like I don't even know what this fucking
You've
tastes
got to
like.
be seriously kidding me.
Monkey's
You're not.
ass.
Are you being serious, Tones?
It's not good.
This is horrible.
I thought cream ale. I was thinking this is gonna be great.
That's horrible.
You know, I've actually had this before.
And what'd you think when you had it the first time?
Not
That
very
I'm-
good.
I'm fucking
In
stupid
fact,
for buying it.
Yeah, I ordered it at Fieldhouse back before they were all before it became a full was it Griffin Claw? Griffin Claw.
Bleh.
Oh yeah.
But before that, they used to have beers all around the United States on tap. And I said, cream ale. It's going to be good stuff. Not so much.
Bleh.
Snow Kentucky Cream Ale. That's a good beer.
Well, that's more vanilla than this one.
Yes.
I mean,
I prefer this over the Kentucky Cream Ale.
I prefer this over dog shit.
That's good. That's a
I
start.
think you prefer this because you and Jimmy have some good memories of this.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
I think it's.
I think if we cracked out,
you guys are fantasizing over your.
if we cracked out Molson Ice, I'd be like
teenage
4-2. You guys would be like, this stuff sucks.
No, I like Molson Ice too, but this is.
Yeah.
Wow, man, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I think it's a pretty
Sorry.
smooth
Sorry.
domestic beer.
No, there's nothing. good about
5.1% alcohol by volume.
Yeah,
that's
you guys
nice.
can support
And
the.
it's
You guys can
brewed-
go
it's
back
brewed
to
in
New
New
York
York.
with the Knicks.
I'd rather drink rubbing alcohol and give it a higher score.
No, that's not true.
At least with rubbing alcohol, I know
You're
what I'm
being
getting
a little
into.
bit
Taste that again.
facetious.
I tasted it multiple times.
I think you're fucking. You must. Something's wrong with you. Maybe your shit was
The
spoiled.
can is green and white. I gave it 0.7 off before I even tasted it.
Which is my next point. Okay,
Blah.
before we get into this, so I put some beers in the freezer today. In our freezer here at the Numbers Guys studio, it's part of a mini fridge, so there's not a lot of room in there. And I blindly just kind of went in there. I'm like, okay, Jenny, I'm gonna make these things cold, make sure they're cold. I pulled one out before the show. I opened it. I start to walk outside. I take a sip. It's that fucking margarita shit that has also a green and white can. It looks just like this.
You're like, wow, what? This tastes way better.
Right now, I'm like, this is disgusting. I told
This
Uncle
cheese
Jim, like,
margarita.
I can't believe I made that
million
mistake.
times better.
So then, this is where it gets even worse. So I'm like, okay. So I go back to the fridge after I came back inside and I opened up another one. It was the same fucking thing. I did it twice in a row where I opened a margarita instead of the Genesee Cream Ale. I'll tell you what, it tastes nothing as good as this. Dub, redeem it.
There's no redeeming
I think it's
this.
like your perfect American beer. 4.4. Like
Oh.
every day, sit by the pool,
What
drink
are you
a cup,
guys talking about?
go cut your lawn, drink a few of these.
I've seen Daryl order hams and champagne and beers before too, though. So
Oh man, this smokes hams. This smokes high
Wait,
life.
I'm gonna
This
take one more
smokes.
step to be fair. Okay.
Yeah,
I think our friends
it's a
over
taste
here.
of vanilla.
doesn't
It's
get
got
better.
vanilla in it.
It has no
it's-
vanilla.
It's
in
horrendous.
Are you serious,
No,
Dubs?
It's bad. You guys are
Wow,
living
it's
off some
amazing how
memories.
different palates
I would
are.
never disrespect my tongue again by drinking that.
Wow. I didn't see that coming. I wonder if Putt's out there. Maybe he's had this before.
Man, I did not see that coming. I
No.
thought this was going to be something everybody loved.
No.
This is like when everybody's partying when you're 18 and you're just like,
I just want a beer. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Let's go.
hand me a Genesee, please, because it's got alcohol in it.
God, I don't get that at all. I think this is relatively sophisticated.
Sophisticated?
No, this makes Miller Lite sophisticated.
Are you serious? This is
bad,
I'm not going to
guys.
knock you guys.
I
but
think our friends over here have their nose in the air a little bit.
I
too
think
much.
so. Hey, pinky up while you're drinking the Jenny.
I said
there?
Miller Lite
Huh?
makes it sophisticated. I didn't mention anything else.
I prefer the scent of cat piss over this.
I'll tell you
come
what.
on
I
now.
have 90
It's
of these right
overboard.
now. I bought
be out
two
of
more
the pale.
30 packs today, and I have a 30 pack at home.
Well, that's wonderful.
That's 90 beers.
Well,
That's
good.
90.
What's Mrs. Midwest think of this?
Oh,
Joe-
she loves it.
Oh, great.
If
Because
I
it's
bought-
tasty. I don't
If
know.
I bought a 30 pack, it'll last me 30
That's when
years.
you know you met your true one. Is when
I'm
you found one that matches Genesee cream ale with yourself.
I am really surprised that you guys don't like this.
It's-
I don't know. Get Angie on the phone. Let
Oh,
me get her
hey,
opinion.
Putt
on
says
this
never had it. Hey, Putt, where you at? Come on.
And
That's
never
not
tried
that
it.
far of a drive.
Never drink
Do
it.
yourself a
This is
favor.
good.
Never have it. Keep it like that.
What is it that you don't like?
It just tastes like dog shit.
Taste?
No, obviously. Can you describe what you're tasting that you don't like? Because it's a little coppery
It
at
tastes
the
like
end,
a
maybe?
used tampon.
Did you say it's coppery?
Well,
That's-
okay. First of all, Tone says tastes like a used tampon. That means he
Tone's
sampled
being
that
a-
at some point in
Tone's
his
a
life.
little-
And then Rich, you're saying copper. Yeah, I think it's got a little bit of
I
a
didn't
coppery.
say copper. You said
No,
copper.
I said copper. You were surprised by that. It tastes a
I
little
don't think
coppery.
it tastes like copper. Why would you like the taste of copper? What do you do? Suck on wires on your time off?
tastes like a penny, like assholes.
I'd rather have
What?
moldy
You ever heard that?
chicken curry than this.
Ooh,
You're-
that's
come
a
on.
stretch. I can't do
No,
the curry.
that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
That's rough.
If you're listening, Putter,
He said he never had it before.
text my brother and tell him, ask him if he would call in and talk about Jenny. I'm sure he would probably have had a.
Dale's got a
several
story about
Genesee.
everything. I'm sure he does have a story on
Yeah.
Genesee cream ale.
Now, there's one thing I can say that since I've observed this in the wild over the last week,
What?
I've had it really ice cold. I've had it warm.
I don't care.
You get more of a vanilla taste the warmer it gets.
That's
weird.
not selling me.
It's a smooth, easy drinking beer.
No, there's nothing easy, smooth.
Where did you find this delicacy, Jimmy?
Oh, this is from a place called Total Wine and More.
Okay, because I used to be at Meyer, and I don't see it there
I
anymore.
didn't
buy it anywhere.
I know you guys have been looking for this, so I'm happy you guys found something that reminds me of your childhood.
It wasn't Atwater Brewery. It was Armpit Brewery. That's where you got it.
Come
from,
on.
so.
Let's give this
Let me
some
know
respect
if you
it
come
deserves.
across some Bud Light Ice while you're there, too. I like the penguin.
They have Red Dog, so
Do they have any Mickeys with the honeybee on it?
Mickey's is gross.
That's it.
Exactly.
If I were in a speakeasy and during Prohibition and I haven't had beer in 7 years, I would say I'm good, bro. I would say I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, Dub, make sure is
There's
he
no doubt
drinking
your
the right beer?
monocle would
I
love
don't
it.
understand.
I think he's been accidentally drinking the old-fashioned Holiday.
Are you sure that's what you're drinking? Because there's no way that you could be that off-putted by this inoffensive, delicious beer.
It really
This
is.
may be the worst beer I've tried all 2 years.
You've got to be fucking
don't
with
understand.
me. I swear to God, you're fucking with me.
Tones, except the Tripel was worse, but beyond that, it is down by the bottom.
Oh,
This is
bottom
a
1%er.
This is a low 5.
If
beer
you said
for
it
me.
didn't have enough taste for you, I would get that.
That I would get, yeah.
But if you, to say that it's
got a
so
taste. It's
over
called
the
nasty
top.
aftertaste.
I don't taste
disgusting.
any aftertaste.
No.
Well, you've trained your tongue well, fellas. That's all I got to tell you. You've
Yeah,
had
you're-
enough of these
you're-
that
There's too much nostalgia going on
Yeah.
in your guys' brains.
it's like you gotta swap it away from your face. It's so thick in here right now.
I don't know. I feel like we've been sabotaged on this or something.
This is
It doesn't make any sense.
is bottom
it's
5 beer.
the most drinkable beer that you could
Well, I
ever
like cream ale and I like green and white cans.
we
but
probably tried.
this is not
We
good.
probably tried 200 beers, and this is the bottom 3. A bottom 3.
Oh, the Tripels are the worst for me.
Oh, I'm
Those
going
could be
to
nightmares.
wholeheartedly disagree. Did I give this a score? A 4? Perfect 4? I mean, you can drink this all
I called
fucking
it a
day.
4-4. I think it's a better than average drinking beer to have it after the cutting the lawn, sitting by the pool.
I have to question your palates, guys.
Yeah.
I have to question.
Anything you
we get
want
them
to do.
from Home Depot on discount.
Right.
I'd rather have sawdust from Home Depot.
You know,
than
I'm
this.
allowed one reweight. I'm going to give this a 4.3.
I think
because this
they,
is.
I think they went Yellowstone on their tongues and just like branded.
I
that
think
shit.
you guys are seriously fucking with me. There's no way that you could.
I'd rather
not
take-
like
We're not
that
fucking
much.
with you. It's a bad beer.
It's not that offensive.
If I
Right,
brought
it's
in
not
Molson
that
Ice,
offensive.
I'd probably give it a 3.5, but you'd give it a 1.2. It'd be terrible.
No, I'd give Molson Ice
I'd
probably a
rather take
3.5.
sandpaper to
I
my
drank
tongue.
Molson Ice for 4 years.
I like Molson Ice. I also like Old
They
English
still
800.
sell that, by the way? I think that's retired.
I also like Molson Bradeur if you want to go to the Molson catalog.
Bradeur?
Yeah, I'll
Is
drink
that
a
a Dakin
Bradeur.
Molson? What is
K-Dub,
that?
that's one of his favorites.
Yeah,
They used
I'll
to
drink a
drive over to
Bradeur.
Sarnia to get it.
It's not too far off.
Oh, no. Okay.
Come on, Stones. What are you doing, man?
I'm really kind of hurt by this.
I don't know.
I thought I had this
We can
one
have
pegged.
some Mayor Pingree or this. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I forgot
The
about
bottle
the
will be gone
Dude,
before.
My ice is melted in the mirror.
Oh, now it's going to be perfect, though. Especially after you drink some of that shit. It's going to be great.
Oh my god!
You know what's seriously funny is I told
You're
Mrs.
seriously gonna pound like 6 of these?
I told Mrs. Midwest this morning before I left. I said, "You know what's great about this, honey? Is I was putting these into my little electric cooler
Cup holders?
Cheers, Gagu, and my cup holder,
Car cup holder?
and my my travel mug." I said that this, because of that vanilla taste, is going to go so good with a bourbon, and she will back that up because I no
Listen.
fucking shit said that.
I rather
And
I
you
rather
guys come here and shit on
I
it.
rather deep throat my enema. than
Oh,
drink
come
this.
on, you're fucking weird, Tones.
I'm not going to go that far.
That's too much. Where's Allie? Where's Mrs. Tones?
She's sleeping.
That's what she was talking about. Shit like that.
I'm glad you guys have like something that brings.
Yeah.
You gotta swap away the memories when you drink it. But
Dub, I think they just feel left out, maybe, or something.
They're trying to get
Maybe we
ratings.
do.
They're trying to get ratings.
Yeah. Okay. We already had Elihu
I'm
on.
glad
The
you
show went
like
downhill.
rubbed each other in the clubhouse to this beer, but
The 19th hole.
Yeah. Well,
you and Mr. Sarah.
let's take a look at our performance here on our top picks. You got Richie.
I
Richie
have a beef with last week.
Yeah,
by
you were
the
trying
way.
to count that. Go ahead.
Oh,
Rich.
come on now, so can I get a ruling here? Like, I pick
Is
the
there
Tigers to
adjudicator?
beat the Orioles.
Yeah.
The game gets canceled.
We rule against you.
The game gets canceled, and they go on to sweep the Orioles. And I had 3 unit. I mean, I did the same 3-unit play on Saturday when the same pitchers rolled out, and I don't get the credit for the win.
Is that the actual rescheduled game?
Yeah.
I feel your pain, but I would say consult your house rules.
I'll take the loss with you, but I'm talking Tones and Jim here.
Oh,
it sucks. It sucks. It's not a loss though, but it's a void.
Wait. Was
It's
that
a
the
void.
same first game of the series?
Yeah.
Or was it rescheduled for a later date?
Mize pitched the first game of the series against the same pitcher that was listed Friday.
Okay. I would rule with Rich on this.
Probably the same odds.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, the sportsbooks are going to rule against you because the rule, I think, pretty much with everyone is if the game doesn't start.
Well, we should have an asterisk in here saying that if the game's canceled Friday, then it's the same odds. Why wouldn't I tell everybody to bet the same game Saturday?
You're lumping Rich in the same rebel that was putting 75.
It's a good point,
parlays
Rich. The odds probably weren't the same at that point. You know that because
they weren't much different.
But I mean, if you bet it
$130.
when you said to bet it, that money is just returned to you, right? So I mean, unfortunately, you don't.
But I would have just said, "Hey, bet Saturday then." So if I came on the show and I said, "Hey, if it's canceled Friday, bet it Saturday," that'd be good.
No, that'd be like D-Dub betting golf on a Wednesday. You can't,
think,
you can't really do it.
I think Caesars would void that, bitch.
I think everybody voids it
Yeah.
unless the game is.
No,
unless the game is.
No, I'm not arguing it's voided. My point is, I'm trying to give out a pick, and then the game comes. The same game comes Saturday.
Oh, I get you.
They have the information there. All the patrons that are watching the show, they have that a little bit of information. Casey Mize pitching.
Yeah, to file SARS report.
Casey Mize did
report?
pitch.
Is that what it is? How much
maybe.
anti-money laundering training have you had, Tones?
I've had too much.
It's way too much, and you can still call it a SARS.
Maybe it's a COVID report.
It could be.
I watched too many stupid videos in my lifetime. So
That does suck, but I can understand why that might work against you too. In a way, you know, they are now playing a doubleheader. They're going to move the starter down. They're going to play in the first game down or whatever. You know, there could be a lot of things that would happen, but it's better than losing, which I'm going to do this week. Now you got your money back.
it's like kissing your sister, as they would say.
Yeah.
Rich,
I don't have a sister, but I would kiss my sister.
Kiss your sister.
Just something that hasn't come up yet in the 2.5 years.
That was the first time.
Of course, I'm on the shitty end of it. Not shocked.
He didn't lose though. It was like the bet never happened.
I did lose because
you didn't
I
win.
did the
You're
same
right.
bet on
Yeah, you're
Saturday
right.
and I won.
You're
But
right.
then
If you're not winning, you're
doesn't
losing.
count for
You're
the
right.
show. So I
Yeah.
feel bad. I feel
Let's
bad
pretend
for all
you
my,
lost, and
I feel bad for all my
fill out a void.
queens.
We could mark
queen
it as a
bees out
loss.
there. Yes, they're called queen bees. Make sure you.
Queen's,
I don't
Queen's
know.
Bar.
Yeah, well, all my followers are queen bees. So
I like that.
Yeah.
You and Beyonce, the very
I
similar.
went to the
vibe.
ball game on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
I
You
was
went to the ball
downtown
game.
with you.
Yeah.
What a game!
Did you go hit up the apparatus room after?
I did not.
Oh.
I was with my children.
Fantastic paper punch. I was with my kids too, except I left them to go drink.
Is that what you were talking about?
That's what the real file
you
does.
were down there on Sunday
Yeah.
with D-Dub's tickets, or what'd you do?
No, we were down for volleyball.
Oh, okay.
There was a tournament at Huntington.
You guys should try to communicate more via text. You
Well,
might
I knew he was
might have
down there,
met
but
up.
he was at
Oh,
he was at a baseball game.
okay, gotcha.
What a game! And what a day! What a weather!
Looked
Everything
like he was
perfect.
with the bartender from Hilltop.
That's right,
Not his
Lisa.
family.
Lisa was there. It was. Yeah. Next year, she's gonna buy some of the tickets. You know.
She's my favorite bartender.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
good.
I love
Tia,
Lisa.
Tia's my favorite.
I mean, Tia's great too.
Does she serve Genesee?
They're all good. No,
You wish.
no. Apparently,
No.
you guys don't have a fucking taste buds on your tongue or something.
Why don't
I'm
you
not
buy
sure
a
what's
couple
wrong with you.
cases, sell them to Darko at price, and then you can just buy them for 50% more when he sells them back to you?
But why would I do that? Because I have 90 of them in Daryl's car right now that I'm going to drink in the parking lot tonight.
I think Richie's become too sophisticated
He is
in
sophisticated.
his older age.
Not
This is-
sophisticated at all.
Big thinker. Okay. Oh, by the way, Putt says Dale is soaked at Seaholm High School soccer. I'm sure he is.
Ooh,
Shout out
still
Dale
raining
Dub.
out there.
Shout out Dale Dub.
That's Father of the Year material right
Oh,
there.
it is.
Watch your kid?
Yeah.
Come on.
In the rain? Soccer?
You missed half a
Girls
tax season to watch travel volleyball.
I still worked during it, though. Was Dale out there doing sales out there in the stands?
If your return was prepared in these weekends, you're probably looking at an audit that will be covered free of charge.
Here's the problem: is I put on War by Daryl, an audio book that only I listen to.
Whatever
and-
floats your boat.
Fuck, dude, the Pistons are down by 11 with 10
to go.
To
10
go.
change.
Yeah,
You
10
can make the
change.
run.
Yeah, they might already blew their proverbial wad.
I don't know, Daryl. This is NBA's. Oh, that's a foul. Only against.
Bam.
Oh,
They've
Damn.
had 2 threes in a row. I mean,
it.
they could be down 5 right now. That's the crazy thing about it.
shit. Okay, Putt says, who do you guys like in the Kentucky Derby to ease the pain here? What do you got?
I don't even know who's racing.
So my philosophy is, and I've done well over the last few years, I bet I
Whoever
find
comes-
somebody in the mid-teens odds that I like the name. And I've
Really?
done-
That's
and
probably
I've-
the best thing to do. What
And
the
I've
fuck else
done
would I
well. I like 2 out of 3 years I've won. Mid-teens, cool name, game over, done.
I thought you were going to say something profound there, Tones,
That is profound.
but it turns out you were just a bit off. But here's what I got for you.
Oh, we got wooden shoes. Do we got wooden shoes?
No.
Okay.
But
Does he have anything in the Derby?
the Derby, so I look at the second best horse, right?
No, mid-teens. That's the way to go. Mid-teens.
10-1, Sovereignty.
Okay.
Horse number 18.
Sobriety?
I look at the names because the names are that because
Right. The names matter.
Sovereignty.
Sobriety.
It's the third, I think it's the third favorite.
I don't like that name.
Sovereignty.
Serenity now.
And I heard 2 different people say it. So,
That sounds like a retread horse if I've ever heard one. Serenity?
What the fuck
are you
talking about, man?
I think I bet that at the Detroit racetrack back in.
he says that horse is going to the glue factory straight after the Derby.
No, we don't do that. That's
Come on.
you know
That's not cool,
that
Daryl.
might have been acceptable in the Biden
It's like saying they
administration.
killed off
You
the
said
dogs.
it's a retread. What the hell did you mean by that?
I feel it's a retread name. It's not like I don't know. Give me
I
some
don't think
good
that's
horse.
kosher. I think you have to add a part 2.
You've
or,
never heard of
junior.
Secretariat twice, right?
No,
Exactly.
you can't do that.
Can't do
So it's
that.
not a retread.
I feel the show has really went downhill since Elihu left us.
Elihu.
That's my thinking here.
Who?
We're only one beer in at that point.
Anywho.
Tones, you said you like who?
Anywho.
All right. Richie, you got a pick?
I don't know who's racing. Give
Perfect.
me the.
Neither
give
do
me the
I.
guy-
Oh, Dale,
Give me
my
the
God,
names.
Daryl's gonna give you the
I
I know.
I
give me-
bet on-
I'm with Tones.
I
I do
bet
the
on
same
the
thing.
names.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah,
Yes,
give me the names.
Journalism.
Nope.
Sandman.
Nope.
Maybe.
Sovereignty.
Maybe.
American Promise.
No. Sounds
Render
like a Trump.
Judgment. Luxor Cafe.
Ooh, maybe.
Citizen Bowl.
Okay.
Final Gambit.
Okay.
Burnham Square. Grande. Tits-tastic.
Tits
Oh, I
are
like that one
fantastic.
now.
Tit-
Wow,
tit-
yeah, we're good. On that one.
Tistastic.
Tits-tastic?
Tits-tastic?
Tiztastic. Tistastic.
Yes. That's
Okay.
my winner.
Tistastic.
Yep, I think so. We don't have to go any further now.
I think that's Tistastic.
Tits are tastic.
Publisher.
No.
Okay.
Coal Battle.
No. Cole.
For
I like
West
Cole.
Virginia friends.
I
Was
eat-
Big clean energy guy.
I eat Cole.
Appalachia.
I eat it.
publisher and journalism will finish
Oh, here's
last.
a good one, Richie. Chunk of Gold.
Nah.
I like that.
I'm
That's
with. I'm on tits-tastic.
That's it.
Tistastic.
I'm gonna take
What are the odds on that
Tits-tastic,
thing?
too.
We got a few more horses.
What's the odds on this test?
I don't think you're gonna be able to beat Tits-tastic.
What's it? What's
Come on.
I think you're not listening. It's Tistastic.
I think maybe you have a speech impediment.
No.
'Cause I heard Tits-tastic.
T-I-Z.
Tits are fantastic.
Tistastic.
Maybe I'm just mishearing these guys.
What's Tits-tastics odds right now?
Yeah, I want
18-1.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right, done.
You gotta
That's in
go.
my wheelhouse.
That's right in the
Teens.
middle.
Teens.
Perfect.
You guys want to hear the last 5 horses?
No.
or
I
no?
don't. I'm done.
Do you want me to? Should I end this segment, Jimmy? Or do
unless
you
there's
want me
like
Unless there's like a 22-1 come down.
here's one that here's that one that Tones will like. Beza.
like Javi Baeza.
No, like who's the guy from Amazon?
oh Jeff Bezos.
He
Jeff
looks like
Bozo?
that guy,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
Jeff
Bezos.
Bozo. Jeff Bozo.
East Avenue.
No.
Oh,
Flying Mohawk?
No,
Not at all?
this is not fucking.
I'll sprinkle on Flying Mohawk.
Admire Daytona.
No,
Now, that's the Japanese horse.
I don't like Japanese.
Like Japanese.
Owen Almighty.
Oh, that's cute.
Neo Equos.
Is that the Neo from Matrix?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm going to spell this one for you guys. It's a 52-1 shot. So
Yeah,
this is
it's too long.
the
I'll box 'em.
epitome of a long shot. Neoequus.
No.
Neoquus.
No,
Knockwas?
And then, of course, Rodriguez.
Oh,
it's
like
probably illegal.
Rodriguez was scratched.
Oh,
So
He's
just
probably
like the
going-
Pistons. I
he's
thought
on
that
his-
was the Lions.
He's on his way to El
running-
Salvador right now.
linebacker Malcolm.
it had an interesting brand on it.
He's illegal. Illegals can't win the Derby.
That
I
concludes the Kentucky Derby field
I'm with,
2025.
I'm in Titstastic.
Tits,
Tis-tastic.
tits all the way.
I just saw legendary sports bettor attorney and esteemed author Elihu Feustel just tuned out with the Titstastic
Is that tits?
reference. Yeah,
That's
probably not going to get much traction after this.
I heard he went down to Caesars and placed multiple bets.
Incidentally, a big fan of Genesee Cream Ale. He's like, he loves the Jenny Cream.
He spent a little time in upstate New York.
He parlayed multiple sets of tits.
Jenny.
You could do a total Forrest Gump on this if you really wanted to, but we're not going to do that. We have more class than that.
You know, Jenny was horrible.
Jenny,
She
Jenny.
like purposely gave him AIDS.
Who
fucking horrible.
cannot turn
Is that
to
true?
fucking
Yeah,
horses,
They
Tones.
never said she had AIDS.
She had AIDS, dude.
She gave him
had
little
AIDS, but I don't
Forrest.
think she gave it
She
to
got it from
Forrest.
Prince, and then she gave it to Forrest Gump. That's what happened.
I don't think Forrest had it.
I don't think that's true.
She gave AIDS all over the place. Fucking.
That's not true.
It's
Just died of
Listen.
natural causes.
Dr. Fauci did some really important research around that
It
time
was
for
AIDS.
AIDS.
It was
She died of COVID
Before he,
02.
No, it was AIDS.
Yeah.
Jenny had AIDS and fucking gave it to autistic Forrest. So that's
Well,
horrible. Without disclosure.
Yeah.
Jenny
Tones is
boats
fucked up
1
now.
through 12 made a
She
lot
gave-
of shrimp.
Then signed a non-disclosure agreement with Forrest.
Jenny.
No. All right, let's get back to this. I'm going to have to carry Tones down tonight. I can feel it. There's some nights I know Tones needs to be carried. This is one of them.
Some nights I feel
So
we can
D-Dub,
build a castle.
D-Dub minus 13.12. Tones in second place. Big Tones.
Hanging in there.
Minus 13.07. Yours truly down 0.6.
No,
0.6.
Jesus, we're all pink.
I'll remind you, after
Just like, Tones'
371
just like a good steak.
units.
Just like Tones' butthole, we're all pink.
Oh, did you bleach it recently?
I sewed it up recently.
Oh,
I'd
come
bleach it.
on.
There's nothing
Jeez,
wrong with
even
that.
Putt's tuning out now. He's like, God damn it. All right,
I'd like
Tones.
to shout out. Oh, sorry.
No, not yet. We got to do our picks. You fucking jumped the gun there, Richie.
We got the trivia yet.
Well, yeah, that comes after. I think. I don't know. I think so, right? Okay, we got to do
Trivia
our top picks.
answer.
We'll submit via paper.
And submit for the
You got the Pistons,
prosecution.
man. We can skip this one, and we can skip this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now here you go.
It's me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's done.
Tigers minus 1.5.
Get on
it's
it,
already
folks.
started.
It did?
Look at them.
Oh, Tones.
Look at
Are we
blow all
passing
over the
on?
Angels.
He said it earlier in the show.
No, it's all good. It's all. I'm not saying
8
no
hour,
count. I'm saying-
8 p.m. and 5-minute mark.
Angels blow Casey Mize. Take him to town.
Mize 2-point-something ERA.
Pass, post, and Tones. There he is.
There we go.
All right. How about this one?
Stars are getting plus 158 in a row, and they're the favorite in the series. I think they take care of business.
The
And,
battle for Ontario.
it's not quite.
Not quite.
Battle of the Mountain West.
The Midwest.
Mountain West.
You have anything else you want to add about that, Tones, or just want to keep
Nah,
going?
Stars are going to take them
I
out.
just like the plus 158.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a good deal.
Good enough.
It's like a cold Genesee ale.
I
This is a
think the Oilers at home.
Same game parlay.
Wow.
Plus 160 over 5.5. I think this is a solid bet. I like it.
Well, I would
like
think
it.
so. Oh, it's me now.
That's
This
you.
is not going to work out for you.
Yes, it is me now. Piston Knicks under 214.5. Probably not going to happen. But how about this? I got Alexandra Sasnovich.
Probably not
Don't
going to
think
happen.
that's how you say it.
Probably not. Probably not the way I'm going to say it. I'm going to have to unplug
Sandra?
this again. Plug it back in. Make sure my...
Snatch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Snatch Snoop.
I'm sorry, fans.
Only
We
fans.
don't have much of a staff here to make sure shit's working. Why the fuck is this?
I'll tell you what, we get another 3 here, Tones. We're right back in this game here.
Come on.
How can you lose 3 at home and win 2 on the road?
That's pretty wild.
Maybe a home court disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh,
Turnover.
steal
That's
that bitch.
some wacky
Let's go.
stuff.
Come on, Kate.
All right, so I have Sasnovich.
Fucking fire
Oh,
that bitch.
don't turn it over. Give it to Cade. I like it.
Oh.
God damn it.
It's called a foul.
Okay. So Sasnovich, her price is plus 135. I have her number. It should be what? Can't even see it there. Not really sure.
You got her as a favorite.
I have her as a favorite. You guys see that?
Minus 113.
Oh, yeah, minus 113. Okay, so this is one of those classic situations where, as Dale Dub would know, we were so successful in the last one, he put a fucking...
Nickel.
I think he put more than that on that last one. But this one is Sasnovich to win. This is going off tomorrow in Vic, Spain at 6:10 a.m. We've got Naomi Osaka. Insert your racist Japanese comments here, Tones.
Isn't she American?
No. She's Japanese.
No.
Oh, she's the one that they shut down for a while.
I watch a lot of Family Guy clips that make fun of these type of people, and it's okay.
All right, this one, the model
I've
kicked.
drank Osaka before. Have we had a Osaka bomb?
And the Nagasaki?
I come up with a minus 620. A minus 620. She's minus 330. Still not a lot. I mean, that's...
How many units?
Just one unit across the board on these. Although
You're gonna win
I
like a
probably
quarter?
should change it up. Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway.
So
I'm
point-
desperate.
I
got McCartney Kessler.
half a sushi roll.
Smooth as silk.
McCartney Kessler to win.
Smooth as silk.
She's an American against
Paul McCartney?
Victoria Gulibek.
Smooth as silk.
Yeah, smooth as silk, not
Get it?
our silk.
You get it?
You
I get it.
more.
I get what you're saying.
I think that's over your head.
No, I get what you're saying.
Oh, we need to stop here, Toads.
Okay.
Here
Minus-
Stop that bitch.
Floppy. Get out of there.
Get out.
Yeah,
God
all right. We
damn
got
How about
it.
grab a rebound much?
No.
Don't sound
Yeah.
like
Get out
you
of
do.
there.
No.
Okay.
Okay, we
Let's
got the
go.
board. We got the board.
This is like getting the clutch time here, Jamie. We're down
Yeah,
to
I know.
6 minutes of. I don't even know what happened on this show, to tell you the truth.
I'm going
but-
to finish this. Minus 165, minus 220 is my number.
Bam.
Oh!
Was that a
Drops
tray?
a 3 bomb.
That was a tray. I got
Wow.
Kaja Juvan to win, plus 210. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Kaja Juvan?
Plus 210. My number came to 124.
Playing volley
124.
nets. Volley net's one of the great names
Turn-
in
oh,
tennis
turn it
history.
over.
Tennis history. We got another one. Here we go. Let's
Throw it
dunk
down.
Dunk it.
Bam.
Yeah!
Tie in. Wow.
All right, we're going to go back to the studio now. Going live here.
Jordan
So, there
Baja.
we go. All right.
Detroit basketball?
Detroit basketball.
No, I guess it's not. Technically, it's Knicks basketball, but that's all right.
Detroit basketball.
Mason
Is that right?
helping us out here.
Yeah.
As Rich would say, build-a-ups.
Boo.
Build-a-la-la-la-la-la.
Yeah, I think you forgot the part.
Yeah,
The right
excuse
part
me
there.
for walking on the edge. Like,
Bill ups.
I deserve it.
Build-a-la-la-la-la-ups.
That's fair.
No, that sounds Middle Eastern.
Oh, I just spilled bourbon all over the fucking soundboard over here.
I don't think
They haven't electrocuted
Gagu's-
me yet.
I don't think Gagu's going to be appreciating this episode much.
No, but I will say, Gagu.
Was the last 20 minutes breaking down
gotta
the
fucking-
Piston game here?
We're live.
some good
We're
Genesee
live
ales.
chatting the Pistons Knicks Game 6 live from the Palace of Auburn.
Tied at
Hills.
103. Get that under in for 213. I'm sure the odds are really good
Hey,
for
I'm
that.
sure
right?
it's pretty good right now. It was 214 and a half, by the way, Rich. And I don't know if I talk shit to me.
2,082.
Joey Fatone.
So I came,
Joey
I
Fatone.
came up with a great idea today. Gagu, I think it was like last Christmas, gifted us a
book.
cooler.
Gave you your heart?
A cooler. Well,
Wait,
she
we have
gave
another
me-
beer left, don't we?
That was
Oh,
in
we
my-
have another beer.
That was in my
Yeah,
top
it's coming
5.
Is that what this is leading to?
No, yeah, well, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't have to go in order. Stay on that train of thought.
I got a $5 McValue coming my way on my way home. Why not?
So this cooler
Oh, that doesn't go on your back.
As I said earlier,
That's Jim's new man bag.
You can put it in there.
as technology continues, there's more and more shit I need to carry.
You could fit a lot of juice in there.
But we have a problem up here. As I said earlier, we have two outlets which powers, I don't know, like 13,000 watts worth of lights,
Megawatts,
and like a gigawatt worth of computing power, plus some other shit. So we tried to put a refrigerator up here. And every time the refrigerator turned on, the TVs would turn off because we don't have that much.
I forget my name for a couple hours too.
Yeah, that's right.
Now imagine carrying
Tone
that.
starts running into walls.
That's because of a plate in his head.
Imagine carrying that fridge back down them stairs over there.
Right, we're not going to do that fucking shit. So she gave us a couple, maybe a year ago, this Halo cooler.
Okay.
Shout out to Halo.
Is that like the video game Halo?
Yes.
Yeah. And
first person.
If you look here in the back, it's got like little fans and shit that cool.
What?
It heats or cools whatever is the fucking side of it.
Does it also a Bluetooth? Looks like you got a little boombox back.
That's
there.
what I had on my back end after my abscess.
You had a little fucking fan back?
I had a fan blowing on it.
Yeah. But I got to say, because the idea is it draws current. It doesn't just like turn on like whoop and then make your TV shut off. So I put all these beers in this thing.
I kind of wish Elihu was still around. We could listen to the science behind that.
I'll tell you what,
sound like
it's
you want to
cold.
leave.
It's cold.
Uh-oh.
So there you go.
Elihu.
And this will present the final beer of the night.
Okay.
Maybe. You never know.
Kirkland Lager. Did Daryl buy this?
It's gotta be better than Tennessee.
Tennessee.
You guys are fucking retarded. I have to say
Tennessee
that.
from Tennessee.
There's
It's
no
gonna be
way.
way
Jim's
better.
finder's going berserk over
I
there.
think I could.
Yeah.
I could find well water better than
And the
Tennessee.
fag finder comes awfully close to tones for some reason. It's really paying attention to tones. So.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, boy.
Kirkland's. It's a Hella style.
This was courtesy of DW.
Now, that's one fine American beer right there.
Hella style, which is actually
Doesn't have that
German,
nasty aftertaste.
I believe. Lager. 4.5% alcohol, so not quite as much as Genesee Cream Ale.
No, Hawks, they're real American.
There you go.
Tastes just like a Hawkster, though.
And
Hey, look at this review. Look at the rating there. You see it? 88 for Kirkland's just lager.
well, I'm sure Anthony and Rich are going to tell us how bad it is.
Yeah, I'm sure too.
But,
It's too
How many Costco employees rated that?
savor the triumph of a
triumph of what?
2023 Great American Beer Festival
Costco trip.
Gold medalist, a beer that stands out among the finest in America. 2023 Gold. Munich style Helles. Is that how you pronounce that? Helles?
Oh, getting in their
Hells.
head. baby.
Hell's beer.
This, we would have been having a good time in the Chevy Pavilion right now.
We would be
Plaza.
rocking it.
I guess
Great.
it's called the Plaza.
From the Great American Beer Festival.
Campus Marshes. be
Entered
rocking.
as a Prinz Crispy Deschutes Brewery and
Deschutes?
Public House, Bend, Oregon
Bend over.
beer.
Yeah, Deschutes is brewing this.
You lost me in Oregon.
Deschutes is a
They
big
have to
time
disclose
IPA.
that, I think.
Okay.
Bam!
Oh!
I think they have to disclose
Snap!
that. You
Oh,
know, like
sweet.
on their Kirkland shampoo, they don't say it's brought to you by Prel.
No?
But I think with the beer, I think they have to tell you it's
Yeah,
from.
Deschutes is a great brewery.
A lot of horse
you
vitamins
go.
in Perel.
Yeah.
There you go. They're not selling the glass bottles.
That's,
Flop,
that's
flop.
a travel.
Flop!
God,
You
this guy.
loser. You
Who's that? Fucking Brunson flopping?
he's
Oh,
Oh,
loser.
Hardman's,
you know, come on. Let's
Hardaway said, "My
fall
bad."
over.
He raised his hand. My bad.
That's good. So that's class.
Two hands down.
No one even
Double
touched
bad.
him.
Now he looks
Let's
mad.
watch this. That's no. You should you definitely replay. Challenge that.
Challenge me tonight.
Challenge that shit tonight. No one even touched him.
All right, Dob, what do you think about this beer?
I gotta try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a taste.
Oh, I tried it already.
Yeah, I already tried it. You know what I got to say about this beer?
It's
What do you think? Go ahead, Rich, if you want to.
Oh, USA. USA. This
It's
sounds like an
actually
American
German.
icon.
it's actually German, but that's okay.
Deschutes is not German. I actually know that's brewed in Oregon, Daryl.
There it is.
Oregon,
Sorry.
sure.
Oregon. And
Oregon from
I don't
the
know if it's
German.
in that line that they, what's that line they got out there? The,
Berlin Wall.
it's kind of like that, but
The Oregon Trail.
No, it's the line where like no police are allowed. What's that called?
Oh, Jimmy?
Chaz.
The help me out, somebody. I've had too many beers.
Demarcation.
Demarcation.
Was it
is it
Chaz?
fruit in the demarcation
Chaz?
line? Is what I want to know.
Is that right?
Yeah, they got the
He's
demarcation.
talking about the spot in Oregon where there was all kinds of.
Yeah.
That was in Seattle.
Anything
Washington.
goes.
It's a
Oregon,
different state.
Seattle. It's the same.
That was
Northwest.
What was that called?
It was called Chop or Chaz. Take your
Chaz.
pick.
Chop House.
George Soros.
I would
had his
challenge
finest.
that. Tones, there's no
Yeah.
way they can overturn that one, right?
That was horrendous.
That's a travel.
Travel all day long.
Daryl, what do you think? Could they call Hardaway for anything on that?
I wouldn't think so, but
It's amazing because every time Bernie like challenges a call, somehow they say it's on Detroit. Right here, is there contact there?
No, that's fine.
Maybe.
That's clean.
Ooh,
I guess that would be the question: is right at that particular point, is he doing the Olay?
oh,
or
they
is
did
he...
challenge it. I like it.
Challenge.
I understand you can say that there was, but come on, man, there was nothing.
That was brutal.
He's running into him. I agree. It should have been on the floor, called
hate
properly
that.
as no call.
Connecticut won 2 championships with guys doing that, like guards running in the.
The Pistons would have won another championship if they had a challenge back.
I thought you were going to say Villanova won 2 championships.
Well,
doing
these
that.
are the Villanova Knicks
the
for
Pistons
sure.
that won phantom call against the Lakers.
I will say
They
Villanova
would've won
has
another
the
one.
best championship win, like in the last at least 30 years. And I'm not even talking 85. I'm talking the game they beat Carolina because they were up 9. They were up 9 in that game with a minute to go. And then I don't know who was on Carolina. He had a double pump 3-pointer to tie it with 20 seconds to go. Who was the guy from Villanova, though, that hit the shot with no time left from half court almost?
I don't remember, but
I don't either. But I tell you what, that was the best championship I've seen in the last 25 years.
Shout out to Gagu. Your kindness knows no bounds.
Yeah, cooler heads always prevail, we say.
Listen, I love Costco.
The comment that you made?
I can't wait to hear this guy's
I love
call.
Costco. I love Kirkland brands. I love their whiskey, their
Tequila
vodka,
or vodka.
their tequila.
Their vodka.
It's all high end, good stuff, comparable for reasonable price.
Oh, they reversed it. Tones, can you believe it?
This fails. This is a 2.1.
Oh, wait, no, we fucked
Genesee.
that up. I'm sorry. I was clapping for the wrong reason here. It's hard to do this.
This is a Genesee style beer.
Oh, Tones, you got this
2.1.
one. This is a great American
2.1.
lager.
2.1.
I really like the Kirkland Gavels. They're ruling against you.
I'm going to jump off.
Kirkland Gavels?
I'm jumping off the Tones wagon here. This is
2.1.
This is great. This is a
not good.
fine American lager made in Deschutes, Oregon.
No, it's horrible. 2.1.
This is good. This is
It's not good.
Very comparable to Genesee.
We need a lot of
Richie.
head check.
I think I'm going to take this over a good old Budweiser.
No. We need head check. Head check around here.
I'm going to go 3.5.
No,
It's a
horrible.
fine. It's a fine beer.
What check?
This is no.
Tones, I think you've lost.
No.
You're off the wagon.
I just
now.
think you're drunk,
I'd
Tones.
rather have 2 in the stink than
This is a good beer.
Is it my turn?
Sure.
Who hasn't
I
rated
give it a
this yet?
4.1.
Oh my
3.5,
god!
yeah. 3.5.
You guys don't know what good beer is. This is horrible.
Well,
Oh my god!
I think I'm Team Tones, but I'm off this one.
No,
Yeah,
this
I'm always Team Tones as well, but I'm going to give this a...
Listen, I'm in the conclave, and bless your guys' souls, but
No one in the
I'm
conclave
out,
to
dude.
May 7th.
I'm out, dude.
Yeah, this is a 4
This is-
4-0
no,
all day.
you
It's a
guys
great
are-
beer. It's
You've
good.
lost your marbles.
Tasty.
I love you all. You lost your marbles.
It was reasonably priced, too.
What was the price on that?
I think it was $13 for a
I don't
12-pack.
care if
That's
it
a good
was.
deal.
I don't care if they paid me $30.
What would you rather drink than this?
This is horrible.
I actually like the Genesee better.
I do too.
my God.
That's not true.
Oh my god!
Jim just rated it higher.
This and Genesee are 2 of the worst beers I've had in 2 years.
If you
2 of
put
them.
Hulk Hogan on this thing, it'd be a 5.0 for
the
you.
Hulk Hogan beer is way better than this motherfucker.
It's not.
Way
It's the
better.
same beer.
No, it's not.
It's probably made to shoots.
There's no taste. This tastes like horseradish.
I don't know. Hacksaw Jim Duggan disagrees with you.
Hulk Hogan he took a sip out of every can that came through the line.
He
This
might
is
have.
horrible. I don't understand what you guys are looking at here.
I'll get out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I think you're wrong, Tones, on this one.
I'm questioning here.
You're not the beer guy, though. You like the bourbon. You're more the bourbon.
I'm questioning your sexuality and everything in between.
All right.
You're the one not liking beer. I'm questioning your sexuality.
Right, exactly.
No, this is horrendous, dude.
All right. Well, we can all agree on the Pistons. Up 2 with 4:38.
I think the under is blown out of the water right now.
Yeah, it's blown out like this beer
Sue's
infected vagina.
Okay, come on.
Get it. Damn it.
Come on. Tipping it out like that.
That's bullshit.
If I didn't say it, Casey's channel says, my mom says Ubers are on her. Okay, so.
I almost turned it over again. Oh, get it.
Go.
Hit that bitch.
Go.
Count it.
And the foul. And the foul.
Didn't count the foul.
Didn't count the foul.
Here comes a triple.
Fuck.
Get out of there. Yes.
Bam.
That's a foul right there.
I got to come back.
There we go. Called it on Cat finally.
Fuck you, Townsend.
Yeah. Cat.
Are we watching the rest of this game, or are we cutting the
Birmingham
show
Town.
out?
I think we're live for the next 403.
Well, we're in the fourth, right?
Yeah,
we're gonna finish the show. I gotta read the trivia question here.
Yes. What was Rich's answer?
Rich's answer was.
I'll give you the city and the state.
Okay, go
How
for
about
it.
that?
Go
Fort
for it,
Wayne,
Rich.
Indiana.
All right, that was Rich's answer. Fort Wayne, Indiana.
You're right.
Hold on a second. Put my face back in there, so I can.
Unfortunately told my daughter that when we were driving through Indiana a couple weeks ago, and she said, "I don't care, Dad."
Yeah, she wouldn't
From
care.
the
Nobody
mouths
cares
of
about
babes.
that, right? Okay, D-Dub says Fort Wayne. I'm assuming Indiana.
You said we didn't need the state.
Yeah, you're right. Fort Wayne, Texas, said Dubs.
Sure.
And then Tone says Toledo, Indiana.
Also nice. No, not Indiana.
Oh, not Indiana.
Ohio.
Okay. So I gotta
Go
work on my
back to
geography
Ohio.
a little bit here.
Tone.
And
Go back to
He's
Ohio,
in
Jimmy.
Wayne, dude.
Jimmy, go back to
all right.
the
Ohio.
correct answer was Fort Wayne, Indiana. There you go. You got the
that?
Zollner Pistons, an NBL team in Fort Wayne, owned by Fred Zollner's Zollner Corporation. It was
He's
a
the guy that
foundry.
made the fried chicken up there in Frankenmuth, right?
I don't think. Oh no, it's Zender's, not Zender's.
So close.
But that's okay. So Tones has to buy the beer next week, and he already bought the beer next
It's
week.
already
So
in the fridge. Cool.
we're all good. At least I
I still
didn't
got some
fucking
from
lose.
Louisville for everybody.
You got more beer?
Yeah, we'll have another 2, 3, 4 beer. I mean, we got nothing else to do this summer.
Did you forget it tonight?
I kept forgetting. It's a good thing I forgot it.
Jesus
He's 7
Christ,
deep
man.
right now.
Remember that time you forgot your headphones after I specifically said, don't forget your fucking headphones?
I do remember
That's
that.
early on.
And then I showed up. Wait, and then I showed up 45 minutes late, and the show still hadn't started.
That's right. That's
It
right.
was early on in our existence.
That was almost 2 years ago, Tones. Can you believe that
I
shit?
can't believe that.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Oh,
to
they
think
didn't
about.
call it
Detroit
again.
Fuck you,
Basketball.
Knicks. Fuck
right,
you,
here we
John
go.
Starks.
John Starks.
Hartnett John Starks.
I'm not
Patrick
sure where that
Ewing?
came from. Fuck you, John Starks.
Oh,
Gotta make the
No,
layups.
we gotta make that. All right, so the TV's off here in the back.
oh, you
yeah.
missed it.
Get
Scoop that bitch.
Shiite out of there.
Pistons by 5, 3:17 left here. Just everybody that can't watch the game at home.
Dude, how the hell did the Pistons get ahead by 5?
I don't
They were
even
just
know.
down by like
Pistons
12.
by 5 with
They
3
were
and
down
13 to
17.
play.
They were down 11 at that.
We
the
should
quarter.
have. We should have bet them multiple times when they were down.
Jesus Christ.
If we would have took him
Dude.
at
Shut the fuck up, you stupid.
the second
Yeah, fuck
quarter,
these fucking
New York
pieces of shit.
Knickerbocker.
I'm telling you, man, I don't usually like hate other teams that much, but I hate these fucking Knicks.
well, they're tough
I
to
hate 'em.
watch because they don't really play basketball.
They don't play bad.
You don't
They
like
just
that
fall down.
Carl Anthony Towns?
He's got some talent. They've made some great shots this week. I'm not gonna take
He's
that away
crazy
from
when he
him,
pulls
but-
up from like half court.
Yeah,
and drills
it's
those
insane. Behind the fucking backboard and shit, these guys.
He's an
That is
interesting.
great.
You ever heard him talk?
Not particularly.
Oh, Jimmy, can you pull that up for us?
You want me to look up Carl Anthony Townsend talking?
Yes.
Cat talking.
He talks. It doesn't look like the voice matches the.
A little more educated than you
No.
think. Or
Come
the
on,
other
don't be
way.
racist.
What?
The curtains don't.
How's that being
match.
racist?
You're mad because he's a black fella that he couldn't come off sounding, intellectual.
I didn't say that.
I mean,
I said, does he sound more intellectual than he looks? See, think about his
I
color.
can't comment on that, but
What do you mean by the curtains don't match the?
That's a weird thing to say about another man.
Yeah. How do you know?
His voice doesn't match his look.
All right, let me see if I can make this work.
Okay.
I got a lot of buttons
Okay.
to push over here. It's just-
The Pistons have outscored the Knicks 25-9 in the fourth. So far.
But they didn't do good in the first and third quarters.
No, that's what Tones is saying.
25-9. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy. That's like double digits to single digits.
That's crazy.
Detroit basketball.
Got me thinking all crazy. That's like a Jimmy Stewart quarter.
Jimmy Stewart quarter?
Oh, that's a turnover there.
Apple turnovers, Rich says. Oh,
nope.
Oh, in and out.
Suck it.
That guy can't shoot, apparently.
Suck it.
That I've heard a lot of good things. A lot of good things about Brunson.
Oh, here we go.
Can you just take me through what was going on there and why the offense
Bam!
couldn't get going?
Oh!
Count it. Game
I gotta
over.
I gotta watch the tape.
Send it back to.
It sounds like a very normal person.
I just I don't have an answer to that because I gotta rewatch it. There was a lot going on when all that happens.
That doesn't sound that bad, Jimmy.
They called a foul on that.
Carl,
Fuck
this
yeah.
might
I'm not
just
sure what
be
you're talking
officiated.
about, buddy.
What's it
I'll
take
find it for
players
you.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. I got to take a leak, though.
Go for it, Jimmy.
So I'll be back.
How's that a foul on Schroeder on that?
Horrible.
I'd challenge it again. They get the challenge back, right, if they get it.
Oh, you okay, buddy?
I love new torque. What a joke of a call. Even Brunson's
Ready,
laughing
guys?
about it.
Here
Oh,
we go.
I think they are going to. There we go. Another coach's challenge here.
You guys ready?
Welcome back to Abdul Highlights. And in this video,
it's crazy because after all that, they took him off
That's
the
not.
court.
That's him.
That is not him.
That's him.
What are you talking about?
What the what? They really did. What the what?
how did you find your shots in this game? Go get him. Go get him.
Yeah, that's how he sounds.
Just came here to do my job. Do my job. This is what
I don't understand the point you're trying to make. He sounds like a normal
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Did you hear
black
the
man
beginning?
you run into the
Did
back
you hear
alley.
the beginning of it though?
What? I don't understand the issue here.
Listen.
Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome back to Abdul Highlights.
That's not him.
And in this video,
It's crazy because
That's not
after all
him.
that, they took him off the
That is not him.
Sounds like Tones after surgery. Post
Sounds like Tones after
surgery.
4 Genesee Ales.
What the what? They really did. What the what?
how did you find your shots in this game?
It's crazy because
That's not him either.
It is.
No, it's
Okay, here. I'm gonna hand it over to Rich.
I heard him talk like 1,000 times.
That's crazy.
I don't care. No. That's just somebody changing the voice.
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh! Really?
Daryl, you're aware they can change voices on YouTube, right?
Oh
Voice
my!
is king.
I've heard him talk after.
You ready, Jim?
I don't care.
And in this video,
Oh my god.
Ready?
it's crazy because after all that, they took him off the court to put him even closer to the locker room.
Yeah, it's pretty
I was like, all right. You literally was gonna do it? Bro, they asked me in media about you. What the what? They really did. What the what?
how did you find your shots in this game?
That is pretty funny.
Boom. In touch with his
Yeah.
feminine side.
What else we got going on?
Pistons have the ball.
Pistons have the
Up
ball.
four.
Up four. I
With
like
two
that.
and two
Two
and
change.
2 and 12 to play.
All right. Well, we're just going to finish this shit out then.
Oh, that's what everybody's listening to now.
Yeah.
Cade with the ball.
Puts it out to Schroeder. Looks like.
Schroeder. Oh,
Back inside to Beasley. Nothing.
roughs are all looking at each other.
They're
Like,
going to challenge this one. You can almost bank on that, right?
got 0.9 on the clock here, so you got to look for a Duran dunk, right?
Yeah, don't waste a challenge on that, right?
Well, they wasted their challenge because they got that. Oh, Duran's
That could have
gonna
been
make that.
Fuck.
that could have been a crucial bucket.
That was a great pass, the Duran, and he missed a 3-footer, 4-footer.
Pressure was on.
During the let's see, we got Brunson doing his thing here.
It's going to probably get a foul here. Guess what? The
I don't
under's
think they're giving
not
it to
coming home. Oh, he got mugged. Looked like.
He might have got mugged, but he made it.
Yeah, he made it.
Up 2 with one change here.
Jalen Brunson, 37
I think
points
this is where you
tonight.
need Kalen finish this game.
All right, we got a fall call, I think, right?
You got a what?
Nope.
We got a fall. I'm actually ahead of you guys over here.
They call foul now?
On the Pistons play, I think.
Why
they
didn't
did.
we bet this game at halftime? We would have made millions.
Bucco.
What do you mean?
At the end of the third
Not
quarter.
the half.
Oh, at halftime they were down like.
No, they were up 1 at halftime.
Oh, no,
remember?
it's first quarter.
First quarter
first and
or
third quarter.
third quarter, you had the money.
The Funsons.
Wait.
Detroit basketball.
3-pointer
Detroit
here.
basketball?
3-pointer here could go a long way, Jimmy. 1:23 to go. Pistons up 2. Turnover. Not good.
They fouled him.
Yeah, they fouled him.
Fouled him harshly.
Wow, that was a quick 7-point lead down the drain.
Wow.
How good of a free throw shooter is...
The gay cat.
Hey.
You're the one that called him a pussy.
No, I don't think I did.
I think you did. Said drapes don't match the
He
curtains.
said he was in touch with his feminine side.
He doesn't. I'm telling you, that's a voiceover. He doesn't even sound like that.
Don't be naive, Rich.
He doesn't sound like that at all. Where's he from, by the way? Kentucky?
He went to Kentucky, but where's he from?
No, I'm at college.
Kentucky. Pressure on. Buries it.
Now we got.
He's been dreaming of these moments in his driveway as a child.
Who
Wet dreaming.
2 free throws to tie it up with 1:19 in approximately 2025.
Game 6, first round.
A chance to tie the game in a game that they could win to
We got to bring up the volume, fellas. Oh,
No!
boy,
Get the board. Get the board.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, he lost it.
Oh, come on. They're going to call a foul
That's
on
a
that.
bummer,
Well,
dude.
they tripped on his own player.
Fuck.
Pistons up 1.
Pistons up 1.
Boy.
Knicks have the
Yeah,
ball.
Yeah,
he
that's
fell right
fair.
on his
The
own
only
player.
question here is how much time will they give him on the shot clock?
11 seconds, Daryl.
Interesting.
It did not reset.
Didn't reset, and the Pistons clearly had possession, I would say.
I don't think that. But well, I think once you get fouled, you only get what 15, 14 seconds, anyways.
Something like that. Might be 10. I
There you
don't
go.
know.
They reset to 14 for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to lean back a little bit, bring this microphone down, maybe a little bit out of focus.
Lean
here,
back,
but-
keep it
Might be
hypnotized by the
time
funky sound.
for good old Genesee and Jalen Brunson, baby.
He looks like he wants to jack up a 3-pointer from deep.
Yeah,
I
it
think he is. Oh, here comes a floppy. And he
What was that?
Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
just good defense right there.
I don't know, Tones. How long has it been since the Pistons scored?
It's been a minute.
Been a long time.
A long minute.
He walked out. He walked out with it. Thompson's like, there you go, buddy.
Sam ran out and
There you go, buddy.
They
Time.
need a Cade Cunningham.
Ticking away the moments that make up a dull day.
That's more Pink Floyd for you.
This is
Great.
time for Cade to be
great.
Cade right here.
He hasn't made a bucket either.
No, he gets
I
stuffed or
think
fouled
Duran
there.
got fouled there.
Duran got fouled?
This is like putting Cat at the line, though. I mean, it's
Jimmy calls him Jalen Durex.
like your feminine self.
The condom? Call him the human condom.
Did you say
The bazooka.
For the big D?
Yeah, that's probably right.
Extra large.
two
Yeah,
Jennies down tonight?
That's too bad.
these people are fucking retarded.
Can I
But
tell you what I
gotta
did
tell you.
last night, Jimmy? Or what I did this morning?
We got
Fill me in.
49 seconds of NBA.
This morning, last night I made hot dogs for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, I there was one left, and guess what happens when I make dinner? Nobody puts anything away.
Oh,
So the hot dog was sitting there on the stove top,
All night.
Are
and
you
the bun
serious?
was sitting out all night
inside the
When-
hot dog water.
That's where you need
Yeah,
a dog.
yeah.
A dog to eat it.
I ate it.
Oh, he missed
He
it.
missed it.
Put a
He
little-
missed it.
Put a little.
Come on,
I
Duran.
put a little catsup on there,
Okay.
Ketchup.
and tasted fine to me.
Oh yeah, no. I
Iron
agree.
stomach.
Did you reheat it or just eat it?
40 seconds in
Okay.
the microwave.
Did it split?
That one was not split, no. But the other couple were.
I don't like split hot dogs. They kind of gross me out.
Like the Chicago style?
I don't know.
I mean,
You know, if it's
Pistons by 2,
if it
49.8.
splits on the grill, it's a little different than if it splits in the boiling.
It is a
boiling
lot
water.
different if you, splitting on the grill is okay. Splitting on the microwave, not so good.
Timeout. Was that Pistons or who was that?
I don't know, Jim. Timeout somebody.
Timeout somebody, everybody.
Timeout
Hope you're
somewhere.
watching along with our
Timeout
expert
somewhere.
analysis
So
coming through.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Now they're up 2 with about a minute to play.
I'd say if you're coming into this game, you're pretty happy with the situation, right?
I mean, it's a coin flip, isn't it?
I'd say Bettor's Pistons at home.
I would take the Pistons situation over the Knicks situation, but it really, for all
What's the odds on this game?
Intensive-
Can we jump in?
I'm looking up the live odds right now. Let me
Can
do
we
this
jump
real
in
quick.
and put a balance on this?
if I had to guess, I would say Pistons minus 125. What was the game to start today?
Oh, it's a Villanova Knicks, just like we were talking about.
Let's go to money line here. Here you go. If you're still watching, you got the Knicks. Wow, best odds plus 240. Pistons minus 230.
Wow.
Are we at the same point in the game? 49 seconds
Yeah,
left.
That's a lot.
wow.
I think it's time to get on the Knicks.
I can't do that.
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
My people
Would it
won't
be
allow
bad
me.
form?
Yeah, I
it's
think
really
it's
bad
bad form. So there you go.
Some would say it's like betting the 49ers at halftime.
There you,
You
go.
guys are
Putt's putting it
superstitious.
on right now. He's putting it on the fucking Knicks.
I mean, I think that's the only play, obviously.
Yeah, you're not gonna,
I don't think so. I think the Pistonians.
you gonna throw it on the Pistonians?
I'm not gonna throw it.
Come on, put 1,000 on the Pistonians right
All
now.
right.
Minus
I
230.
got 600 in the account. I'll throw it on there.
Yeah, throw it on the Pistonians right now. Minus
I
230.
feel good about that.
Put it on there. Let's see.
Put your money where your mouth is.
I think I have some bonus. I can't do it.
There it is. Let's see what happens though, because normally the odds are updated before the game is.
I seen
little
the
travel
odds,
there.
and it's updated.
This is where we need Brunson to be sitting on the sidelines for 45 minutes. Brunson gonna try to make it happen. No, tip is good. Tip is good. We got a tie game here. Now it's the time to jump on the Pistons.
It would be plus 160, I believe.
Plus 160 on the Pistons?
But I wouldn't look at it unless you want a spoiler, because this game is about
Bet it.
45 seconds behind.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I don't want a spoiler.
Then don't bet it.
That's not good.
I thought the Pistons were the
This
blue
guy
team.
can't make a layup to save his life.
To make a biscuit.
Oh no!
No one look ahead. We might have some overtime.
Fuck.
What the fuck was that?
That was,
I
I
could've
thought
laid
he
that
looked
in.
like a nice drive. I don't know why it didn't drop.
I got 20 seconds. Pistons minus 230.
What?
20 seconds left. Pistons minus 230.
That doesn't sound right.
No, just
20
telling you what
seconds are
shows
left.
up here.
How much time's left? 13?
35. 20.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
20.
Sorry to
How
let you
the
know what's going to
Pistons-
happen, but
Don't look. Jimmy came look.
You said how much time, Jimmy?
20.
How are they up minus 230?
Pistons.
'Cause
Huh?
there's a 24-second clock, right?
Yeah, but why the Pistons favored? New York's got the ball.
Pistons aren't favored.
He
Right,
said
Jimmy?
minus 230.
Yeah, Pistons are favored. Minus 230. Something happened between now and
Yeah,
20
something
seconds
happened.
left.
Turn off the phones. Turn off the
Really?
phones.
No, put the phones away.
That's what it's telling me.
I
Let me
know.
refresh it. Let me refresh it. Let me refresh it.
What?
Nope, not anymore. 20 seconds. Pistons plus 180.
Oh, should we get on the Pistons? We've been missing out all night.
Fuck.
It was a bad number, Jimmy.
That was a bad number. Bad
You
number.
can't trust, I don't want to say anything that's going to get me any more legal trouble tonight.
Yeah, you've
but,
done well with that.
You got to be careful with those line services
I
because they
had to
don't
refresh it. I didn't refresh
update
it.
real quick. Yeah, the time was right, though.
Yeah. Damn
Here's
it.
the deal. So
Now it's updating plus 266, plus 450, plus 608 for the Pistons. That's
No.
not good.
no, sounds
Not
like
good.
we lost.
Yeah, it sounds like we're lost.
Plus
Plus 607. 1950, plus 1950 Pistons with 4
Game's over,
seconds.
gang.
Must have hit 3.
Fucking A,
I
man.
thought you said we weren't going to spoil it.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know the actual thing, but with the number, it's not likely that the Pistons
That
are moving
sounds
on.
bad.
I can't believe they didn't win one at home. I can't believe they didn't win one at home.
I told you there's no home court advantage there.
No, there isn't. No.
Caesar Land.
Damn it. That's too bad. I just feel bad for these guys, man.
Well, they're obviously going to hit 3 here, but then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get a half court with 4.3. 1980? That's a lot of points if we hit a 3?
This fucking people. Go fuck yourself. I don't like the Knicks. Not a big Knicks guy.
Oh, yeah, plus 900 on FanDuel.
Put some money on it.
I'm putting 5 on it. 5 to win 50.
There you go, man. And there goes our bet of the year.
It's not over yet.
No, it's not over yet, but it's
Wasn't
pretty,
over when
pretty
the Germans
likely over.
Bomb Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, folks.
Well, Cade could get fouled shooting a 3 and make it.
I mean, anything could happen. That's probably why it's plus 1,600.
Well, at least he made it without flopping on his back. That was nice to see.
Right. It's unusual. I can't believe we didn't win one game at home this year. Not a single game.
Crazy. But they'll be as
Oh,
soon
wait
as
a
they get
minute.
a legit superstar opposite.
It's not over yet.
Oh, looks like someone peeked at their phone.
I'm watching the odds move right here.
That would
It's not
be
over
great.
yet.
Cade fouled on a 3-pointer?
I think it is over now.
Ah, shit.
Anticlimactic.
I know. This guy is killing me over here.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't like the odds.
It was interesting to see that the
11-1.
The drummer
Is that what it
from
was
Dream
then?
Theater.
Neil Peart?
God, they were up, what, 7 with 2 to play?
That's horrible.
Well, we did give it to Cade. Oh.
That's
Fumbled it. Bumbled it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why, Cade, you got to take that shot, man. Beasley.
God damn. Too bad.
Wow.
Too bad.
That's a stupid way to fucking give up the game.
He was wide open, though. Beasley wide open for the 3, fumbled it. I tell you what, though, I get rid of Beasley. I don't like that. He played like shit. He might have had a
played
good
well.
game today, but
I'll tell you what, these guys are going to promptly lose to the Celtics. It might be in 4, I'm thinking. I mean, there's no way the Knicks are going to go any further than this.
no, but still, it sucks.
No, it sucks. It does suck. But I will take great pleasure in watching them lose to the Celtics because fuck Jalen Brunson.
Man, I
Guy's
can't
a
believe
piece
they
of shit.
dropped all 3 at the old Little Caesars.
Yeah. I think they would win 1.
Yeah, just one. That's all we wanted.
That's
man.
it, folks.
Yeah. All right,
Till
guys.
next year.
That's it for LCA.
Yeah. That's it. We do have trivia answers. I gave that out. We got to do some shout outs.
Oh, shout outs. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get out of here. Man, that's too bad. Damn. Shout outs. Oh, fuck. Those are right here.
Shout out to my boys in Wrexham. Promotion for this 3rd straight year.
Shout out. They're now worth $100 million.
Is that what they said? 2nd tier in the English League from just nowhere. Crazy. Be bet my Red Dragons next year for losses. Everybody stay tuned.
Shout out. We'll look forward to that, Rich.
It's a couple of days ago, I was pleasantly surprised to see JT's mom back in the office against doctor's orders.
Shout out.
But she's dedicated to come back to the office and
Against all odds, Tom.
and serve
Shout out.
somebody else, not me, but she was here. And yeah, good luck on the rehab, and things are going well for her.
Shout out. I will shoot out my son. I don't like to give praise too much.
Right.
But he is batting .520 right now.
Wow.
Whoa.
.526.
Through one game?
Is that Aaron Judge level?
He's got a few doubles, but
Does
mostly singles.
Does he have a torpedo bat?
61 at bats, 53.
Dang, man, that's
no,
great.
61 plate appearances, 53 at bats.
What's the man have to do to get called up to varsity?
528. Nah, he doesn't.
That's huge.
But it's pretty. He has to come down. I think at some point.
I think he looks like he's a good 31st round pick for the Tigers
Jim
right
will
now.
tell you variance in sports gambling is. I mean, inevitably he has to come down because nobody can stay above 500.
No, I'd bet against him right now, but maybe he's a fucking.
He went 3 for 3 the other day, and it's just crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just finding Finding the holes.
Finding the holes.
Pretty wild.
Shout out.
That's what I'm. Yeah, shout out to Holden. Both finding the holes. Me and you, pal.
Amen.
I got shout outs. I got shout outs for my wife. My wife had a rough week this week. Not sure why, but my
Not sure why.
she had a rough week this week. So I'm gonna give a shout out to my wife. I'm also gonna give a shout out to Gagu and Pop for taking care of little Jimmy while we went to see not Teenage Wasteland.
What was it? Miguel Jackson?
Yeah, it was Miguel Jackson.
Awesome.
Yeah, we saw Miguel Jackson. It's a Mexican guy. Chabua. So we saw
On the Not Bad tour.
It was a good time. Yeah, so I can't wait to go see Teenage Wasteland. If you guys want to go, I'm thinking about we can get a couch chair for $350 that'll seat 8 people.
Can we get all you can eat and drink suite?
It's not all you can eat, all you can drink. But I'll tell you what, dude, for $45 for a bucket of beer, you don't need that shit. Richie knows.
As long as they're Genesee's.
Do we get a heated couch?
Of course, it's only Genesee cream ale that you get, but whatever.
Oh, I know.
They don't sell Hells.
No, they don't sell the Hells. And that's what oh my God, Elihu Feustel. Can you believe we just had Elihu Feustel, a legend, like literally a legend. It's like having Pete Rose.
We must be trending up the ranks here. So.
I would think so. I didn't put it because I didn't know until like a half hour before. I didn't put it in the description or the thumbnail or nothing.
Be up to 5,000 views.
Right. I mean, that's awesome. That is really
cool.
awesome. So shout out to D-Dubs.
Very nice of him to take the time and
anywho.
Dubs arranged that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was great. That's what I got.
Either the smartest or the second smartest guy that's ever been on the show.
Ahead of me, you're talking, or who?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Just
fair
ahead
enough.
of you.
Just ahead of me. All right. And here we go. We'll see you guys next week. Probably not going to be as good. No Elihu next week, but
nope.
Or maybe we will have Elihu.
We'll have Eloise.
Whatever.
Never know.
On and out.
Never know.
I wouldn't rule it out, folks.